have like a Logitech, a Fanatec, and I was like, no, it's not one of those. But I could, for some reason, I could not remember Moza R5, and I was like,
Hello? Hold on, give me a sec. I'm chowing down on some cereal. Hold on. Okay. Hi. Hello, chat. So, the past day or so, I missed some ZZZ stuff that like was popping up on my timeline, and I was like, where is this coming from? I'm missing all this shit. And apparently there was like a dev talk like yesterday that I was unaware of. I know the Xbox like spotlight is happening, but I mean that's just them showing off the game on Xbox and stuff. I mean they might tease something there. That's on April 11th. But I think the dev talk was just like that kind of just happened. Like they kind of just like uploaded it. They have a tweet about it, but that's about it. But yeah, I wanted to look at the dev talk because I've been seeing some like cool shit, or not like seeing. Well, I guess there's some stuff that I did see that was like actually like in game, but I've been hearing, reading, and seeing all like some cool stuff, and I'm like, what the fuck? This is crazy. And a lot of it is like, you know, gearing up for ZZZ 2.0, or what they call season 2, because we're approaching the first anniversary, which is in June? No. July, actually. So the game came out, I remember this. The game came out like I think like on one of the days of Anime Expo 2024. Because I remember thinking like, oh, this is coming out like during Anime Expo, which means like the Hoyoverse like booth is not gonna have like ZZZ stuff. It's only gonna have like Genshin and Star Rail. So yeah. Give me one sec. I have to check my dog. Okay, so let's see. I think I could just switch over. Oh, I lied. I have to. Bada bing, bada boom. What? Oh, I'm stupid. Lol. There you go. Also, my fucking allergies have been going out like haywire. I've been sneezing and shit. Ugh. It might just be because spring weather. It's also been getting warmer here. Not like too warm, but it's definitely like we're definitely out of whatchamacallit. We're out of winter now, I would say. I don't know what the first day of spring is, but definitely a lot warmer now. Also, I have to hold on. Damn it, this photo sucks. Hi, come here. Come here. Up, 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 up. Hey, buddy. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, hey, hey. You wanna look at the camera? Hi. Hi. You look at the camera. Hi. Hi. Look over here. Hey. Why don't you ever look at the camera? Look at the camera, dude. Come on. That's fine. Actually, no, that is not fine. Sorry. The previous, the people that we bought, I say bought, but that's because it wasn't, whatchamacallit. Actually, I don't even remember where my mom found the listing for Kai, but the people that we got my dog from, Kai, sometimes they'll periodically ask how he's doing. And they texted me earlier today, so I kind of have to answer. Because they kind of just, they message like me. The people that we bought them from were pretty, they were probably around my age, if not a little older maybe. So that's why they kind of just come to me to talk to about like Kai. So I just like send them like update photos, which is why I wanted Kai to look at the camera. Okay, while I eat my cereal, let's watch this dev talk. I'm really curious. I saw some stuff from this because it just popped up on my timeline on Twitter, but I don't know like the details or anything, so I'm really curious. Okay, headphones on, volume. You guys can hear this. Subtitles are on too.
Hello everyone, I'm Y. Welcome to today's Dev Talk.
Hello.
It's been nearly a year since the official release of ZZZ, and we like to thank all proxies for their support. Our team will also like to use this opportunity to share with you some of the development progress for version 2.0 and our plans for the future of ZZZ.
Before I continue playing this, ZZZ is kind of in a weird spot right now where people don't really know what they want for the game, because there was a side of the community that actually really liked the TV mode, and then there's the other side that like absolutely hated it. I was kind of in the middle. I was like, I don't hate it, but it's like I would rather be doing combat than like walking around in the TV, you know, in the HDD. So I was kind of like on the fence, and like I don't know, but I've been seeing some stuff, some criticisms of the game that actually are like legit criticisms that make sense, at least to me. Like one of them is that they're not really adding like side quests anymore. Which to be honest, I honestly don't do side quests that much. In fact, I still have a lot left over. But that is one thing that is noticeable, like over the course of the couple updates, is that they kind of just stopped adding like side quests. The other complaint was that the events and what you do in events are kind of like, they're not really interesting, really, or fun. It's kind of just like the same old, same old. And then like, especially when it revolves, when an event revolves around a character, but the character is almost like they're only ever present at the beginning of the event. At the end, it's kind of like, it's like people want to experience stuff with the characters because the characters are what carry the game, obviously. So when the characters aren't present, it's kind of just like empty feeling. And that is that was like a what the fuck? That was like another complaint that actually doesn't make sense in my book. Oh, did Kai go outside himself? Okay. Just checking. Okay. Now I can sit in my chair appropriately, or like normally, because he was sitting on my chair with me.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
In Season 2's story, we will follow the protagonist to a unique area within New Eritol, Wi-Fi Peninsula, which will be the main stage for the story of version 2.0. Wi-Fi Peninsula is a district of the Throne Quarter,
Oh.
the Lemnian Hollow.
Oh, wow. Well, the YouTube player is kind of blocking it, but you can see like the timeline of events that they're going to talk about, like stuff. Story direction, game experience, content optimization, combat design, event design, early character planning, and developer notes.
The settlers of this region were tasked to monitoring the highly volatile Lemnian Hollow, and the name Wi-Fi is derived from the Cantonese characters for protect and anomaly, from the phrase protection from the anomaly called the Hollows. Later, an outpost was established here, which then became the city area Phalium Heights. Phalium Heights was built at the top of a cliff, overlooking the bay with its beautiful scenery. This is also an area rich in porcelain, a precious material that's highly resistant to ether corruption.
What?
Mining and processing porcelain.
There's a material
has
that's
become
resistant to
the core
ether?
industry of Wi-Fi Peninsula. Behind this massive industry and its profits, however, lies a tangled mess of factions. Here, we'll gradually unravel the clues we planted throughout the story this fall. For example, Sarah's true plans behind the sacrifice and the bringer incidents, the conspiracy behind the mysterious exorcist, and the truth behind the fall of the old capital, as well as the secrets of the Faison siblings. Meanwhile, our protagonists will encounter agents from various factions and embark on brand new adventures. For example, that way seeker with yellow cape we saw earlier is none other than Yixuan, the current
Whoa! I say that as if I haven't seen this on Twitter already. Sorry. I'm sorry. This was all over my fucking timeline, man. People were like, new character in ZZZ, and I'm like, what? Where? How? Who? What? And yeah, apparently it's Yixuan.
and embark on brand new adventures. For example, that Wayseeker
Wayseeker with the yellow cape we saw earlier. Dude, what is happening here? This looks like something from like Star Rail or Genshin. But this is ZZZ. Why she got wings?
with yellow cape we saw earlier is none other than Yixuan, the current leader of Yunhui Summit. She will make her
Yunhui
debut
Summit.
as a key character in Season 2. As the story unfolds, the protagonists will gradually uncover her mysterious past and become a new disciple of Yunhui Summit. Yixuan will become our steadfast support and guide us in her craft as our mentor, helping us explore the hollows directly. Beside Yixuan, who oversees Yunhui Summit, the defense forces Obo Squad that we all familiar with, as well as the previously revealed idol faction Angels of Delusion,
Hey!
will all be making their
Finally, an actual like. Oh wait, someone on the in Nino's Discord was like, we're fucking waiting for the Angels of Delusion. I'm gonna screenshot this.
appearance in Season 2. We've prepared a Season 2 teaser
Yeah, someone in Nina's Discord was like fucking waiting their asses off for the Angels of Delusion. And I felt bad because I swear I kept giving them like estimates as to when they might happen, and I was thinking like, oh yeah, they might happen after like Miyabi like comes out. I think that was like what, 1.5 or 1.4, and yeah, about that. My bad.
Trailer to be making their previously.
So we're getting
Obel Squad
in season
that
2, we're getting the rest of Obel Squad, which is cool.
we all familiar with, as well as the previously revealed idol faction Angels of Delusion.
Yeah, and then we're
will
also
all be
getting.
making their appearance.
So we're getting what, 3 factions technically? One faction we already know are familiar with, Obel Squad. The other faction is a part of the what is it? Yin Kuei Summit. And then Angels of Delusion.
Faction Angels of Delusion will all be making their appearance in season 2. We've prepared a season 2 teaser trailer to be released on April 13th. More information about the various factions
Oh, April 13th, season 2 teaser PV.
will also be revealed then.
Cool. Compared to a regular update, what's special about the content of season 2? This was one of my biggest concerns for the game. Because since ZZZ is a much smaller game in scope than like Genshin, for example, I was really curious, like, what are they going to do for like big updates or like big like number updates? So like 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. I might sneeze. Oh god. Ugh. Because, you know, ZZZ is a smaller game, so what could they possibly do to spice things up, you know, make things new, fresh, and all that jazz? And I think I heard some of it on Twitter, or read some of it, so we'll see what they say here.
For the content direction of season 2, will not just be simply adding more characters and areas. We've been taking feedback from our practice very seriously and incorporated this feedback into our design philosophy, making an adjustment from the ground up. I'll be sharing some of the results with you all during the program. The most noticeable change is in the map design.
I read about this.
We revamped the entire map experience and integrate the residential areas with combat zones at the system level, providing a more fluid and engaging gameplay experience for practice. First, let's talk about the design of the main city area, Beilong Heights. We made the area much larger to ensure comprehensive city functionality while allowing for potential expansion in future versions, while also reducing loading times caused by scene transitions. The new daily system will also be designed to match the local culture and the customs of the Wi-Fi Peninsula area. As a business-savvy video store owner, helping Yunquei Summit manage various aspects of Suibian Temple will also be a part of our new life. This new gameplay features management simulation elements, and the new features such as bamboo dispatch, integrating residential areas with exploration areas, and creating a smooth...
That was one thing that was kind of missing from the game. We didn't really have a thing where you can send out, like, characters, or bamboo for that matter, to, like, gather materials or anything. So, like, if you wanted to farm XP materials, weapon XP materials, Denny's, whatever, you have to farm them yourself. Which kind of blows, I'm not gonna lie. So, I think them adding the bamboo dispatch, I think that will definitely help. If the bangoos are allowed to farm for that stuff, then yes, that's awesome. That alleviates having to farm for some of the materials that, like, you'd rather spend your energy on other stuff.
Experience. As for the visuals, with the help and the careful maintenance of the proxies, Zuibian Temple will gradually be restored to its former glory. Plus, various elements such as holes, scratch cards will take on new forms that match the vibes of Zuibian Temple.
Oh?
The frequently mentioned loading issues has also been resolved in Feiliong Heights. Previously, due to a limitation in the underlying design, the video store that properties see from outside along the street does not match the actual size of the video store from within.
Yeah. This is something I always commented on. There's, I mean, not like the size per se, but like, there's supposed to be a window back here, but there is no window inside. So it's like,
So, we need a loading screen to reach the interior and the exterior of the store. In Feiliong Heights, however, returning home is no longer a process that requires waiting. Additionally, we've optimized the pathway in Feiliong Heights. The function area will be more concentrated, and the path to access each area will become more efficient and streamlined, ensuring that overall experience will become smoother and more fluid. Next, let's take a look at the ancient rooms of the aerospace city, located within the Leminian Hollow.
I wonder how they're gonna, because it seems like that's only for it's only for the new area and not for like the old areas. Hoi hoi, how goes it? Yo, what up, Rance Mance? Welcome in. Yeah, that's interesting. Cause like, if from the way they're wording it, it sounds like they're trying to make it so that there's no loading screens when you like go around the new area. Even when you go to like your temporary base of operations in that area, I guess. Which to me is kind of curious because doing that might make the game, like, you might have to have better specs to run the game. I mean, you don't need like crazy specs to run it, but like, I guess what I'm trying to get at is like, I hope it's optimized and that it doesn't like, you know, it's not like tanking your frames and shit just because they got rid of like the loading screens. Because that's like the trade-off, right? The trade-off is you get much more seamless of an experience, but then you you run into like optimization, issues. Anyway, I digress.
The aerospace city has long been devoured by the Hollow. The ether stable area at its edge is still being used to mine and produce porcelain. In version 2.0, we will begin our exploration of the Leminian Hollow from the edge of the aerospace city. With the past few versions as precious learning experience, its overall design will be more refined, with larger explorable areas, more robust systems, and more streamlined guidance.
Am I enjoying the dev stream so far? Yeah, I mean, I think what they're doing so far seems alright to me. I saw some stuff on Twitter, but I didn't see like the entire dev talk, so that's why I'm watching it.
That after completing their training at Suibian Temple, the proxy siblings no longer needed to return to the video store to access the hollows through
Hold on. Wow, they're completely getting rid of that step? Really?
Completing their training at Suibian Temple, the proxy siblings no longer needed to return to the video store to access the hollows through the HDD system. Instead, they can now travel more conveniently between...
I mean, I guess that's the whole reason why they made it so that Belle can just walk around in the hollows now.
Great help in their future hollow explorations.
What other improvements are in the new version?
While we've added new areas, the travel system wasn't just simply expanded upon. In Season 2, we've redesigned the travel system, changing from the original sliding area selection system.
Oh, are they actually doing what I wanted them to do? No way.
Improving the UI experience. We also added a mini-map to the interface, along with the navigation.
Okay, they're not gonna show it.
Proxies can now select their destination more quickly and gain a clear understanding of new areas.
Hey, yeah, are they gonna show it?
Regarding plot structure,
Okay, no, they're not. I'm excited for all the changes that they're doing for the game. Yeah, I'm excited too. I was always curious, like, once we got to 2.0, I was gonna be like, what are they gonna do to, like, you know, make things newer and fresh? This was one of my actual complaints. They're actually doing what I wanted them to do. The map in the game is, like, the one thing that's pretty bare bones, because you just scroll through things and then you just go where you want to go. I wanted them to make, like, an actual map that showed you where each location was, so you can actually get like a general idea of where the locations are within like the world of ZZZ. And that's literally what they're doing, which I think is awesome. I figured in the future we might get Belle and Wise as playable characters. Yeah, we might. I mean, yeah, because they kind of teased at that, right? When Belle got the ability to walk around in hollows, and Ellen was like, if you learn how to fight, like, you wouldn't even need to hire, you know, hollow, like, investigators or hollow raiders.
Can now select their destination graphical layout.
Okay,
Regarding
plot stuff.
We've also noticed that since special episodes and facing stories are relatively independent story units,
Oh, I heard about this,
the current
yeah.
narrative structure results in weaker connections between plot points, resulting in a disjointed viewing experience.
Yeah, so
In
they're...
future versions, we will merge special episodes and facing stories together.
Yeah. I don't know if I necessarily agree with this. I don't mind, but I think them, like, making it so that special episodes are more related to, like, Faith and story, I think that's fine. But I think the whole disjointed part is, like, I mean, I didn't really think that, to be honest. I understand why they're saying that. I think for me personally, it's kind of just, like, it's a side story, you know? You don't have to connect it to, you know, the Faith and story, which, you know, I don't know. But I don't know. We'll see how they tackle that.
Putting more focus on developing the connection between the various agents and the main storyline. We're also deepening the proxies environment. We will also steadily update the main storyline with each version, while ensuring that we do not compromise on its narrative quality. In addition to ongoing gameplay improvement, our team has also been constantly exploring the idea of bringing Zenless Non-Zero to users on more platforms. What I can reveal right now is that Zenless Non-Zero is being prepared for launch on the Xbox.
Wait, are they teasing this game hopping on, like, Switch 2 or some shit? That'd be kind of crazy. Let me play Zenless Non-Zero on the Switch in bed. I'd be kind of down for that. Remember when they announced Genshin for Switch and it never came out? Lol. That shit, I don't even, at this point, that is either canceled or they were waiting for Switch 2 because they just realized, like, yeah, this is not going to work on Switch 1. I enjoy the Manses, but I know some people view the special stories as like a filler instead of part of the main story. Yeah, that's true. But I feel like special stories, you don't even have to do them, so it's kind of like, you know. I think what's more filler story to me is when, like, for example, as much as I liked the, you know, the Sons of Caledon story section, I forgot what it was called, the Fire Festival or whatever the heck it was called. I liked that story, but that was pretty much filler, right? Just to get you from point A to point B to the next story. I didn't mind because I liked it, but that is what I would consider filler because it's actually a part of the main story. I would love that shit on Switch. Give me a cute collector's edition. Yeah, I think it could definitely run on Switch too. That's for sure. But I think if this is what they are saying, like bringing ZZZ to more platforms, then because we already know it's coming to Xbox, like they already announced that. But I was literally about to ask, like, what other platforms could you possibly like put the game on? And well, you could put it on I mean, outside of the obvious, you could put it on Steam. You could put it on Epic Games, I guess. But put it on Switch too.
What I can reveal right now
Put it on
is that
Switch too.
Zenless Zero is being prepared for launch on the Xbox platform. We'll share more info with everyone during the upcoming Xbox live stream.
What are our plans or adjustments for the combat system? Ooh, shaking my hands like an evil villain. I want to know what they're gonna do here. Personally, I want them to add a jump button. I don't think they're gonna do it until maybe like 3.0 maybe or later. But if they could add a jump button and then add like air combat, ooh, I would be fucking. I don't even know. I don't even know. Google Stadia, yeah, they'll add ZZZ to the what is that fucking console? The Ouya.
The current combat design significantly diminishes the presence of the characters other than the main DPS.
Yes,
The three-person
true.
tactical squad feels more like a solo operation. So for the character combat design in Season 2, we will enhance the functionality and performance of non-DPS characters. For example, when agents are switched out, they can still remain on field and contribute to combat. Thus, there's a visual indication of their combat performance.
Ah, I see. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of obvious because they literally added 2 Aftershock characters. But like, what if they add like a character that doesn't do Aftershocks? What are they gonna do to make it feel like they're a part of like the combat or like the team? You know what I mean? I need me a DMC combo system. If they ever did that, this would become my favorite gacha game ever.
While not affecting the player's control of the on-field agent, another possibility is adding new attack and defense mechanics for enemies. Specific moves might require specific counter strategies that require teamwork from different characters in your squad, or in certain special combat areas.
I kind of like that actually. Giving enemies specific moves that you need to use, like specific type of characters to like defend against. I like that. I like that. Honestly, you know what's another thing I would take? I don't think they'll do it, but if they made this game and they just turned it into like a Final Fantasy VII remake like combat system where like every character is on field. You control one character, the other 2 are AI controlled, and then you can flip between like each character on the fly. Oh, I actually would eat that shit up. I would actually like that. Because I really enjoy the Final Fantasy VII remake / rebirth like combat system. That would be crazy. That's a huge change though. You know? So I don't know if they'll ever do that, but that would be fucking awesome. That would make me feel so validated. Yeah, I think that would be so sick if they ever did that. I don't think they will. But that would easily solve the problem of like characters or like teams only feeling like a solo operation. Just have every character on field and then let us switch between the characters on the fly.
In your squad, or in certain special combat areas, enemies can gain certain advantages through specific conditions. Of course, some of these are just preliminary ideas, while others might make an appearance in are just preliminary ideas. While others might make an appearance in the version 2.0 special program. However, the ultimate goal of these optimizations is to enhance overall synergy between characters, elevating both combat and visual experience to the next level.
Okay. It's funny too because this game is a team of 3. It's literally just like it's perfect. Like it's right there. Just the devs just gotta. If there's anyone on the team, if they're just a Final Fantasy VII fan, just like, yo, just look over there, grab some things, get some ideas, you know, get some inspiration. Don't copy it 1-to-1, but you know, make it like clearly inspired. I got all my units to level 60, so that would make it useful for leveling up everyone up. Yeah. I feel like maybe test drive in an event and go from there. Oh yeah, you know what? That's a good idea. Yeah. Make an event where the adjustment or like the combat like gimmick is that everyone's playing on field. You know what? They can do it. You know why? There were previous instances in the game where there were characters that were off screen, but they would come in and doing like an attack on their own. Also, Ransman, thanks for the follow. Welcome in. Welcome to hell. For example, when you first did the Hollow Zero like tutorial mission and you meet, you know, Section 6, they literally have Haramasa and Yanagi like come in every so often when you're like attacking with your on-field character, and they would like do stuff. So like, what's stopping them from programming like an actual AI that, you know, just fights alongside you, and then like if you want to switch to them on the side, and they don't even have to do anything crazy, they could just keep spamming normal attacks or some shit, you know what I mean? That would be fucking awesome. If this game ever got like a FF7 combat redesign, oh, I would love the actual multiplayer in this game, like the tower climbing boss. Oh yeah, that's another thing. I don't even think they even mention it here at all, let alone they haven't mentioned it in like forever. The multiplayer mode of this game is like nowhere to be seen or heard of. It's basically gone. The last time they ever talked about it was before the game came out, and they basically said that they're trying to rework the multiplayer mode, so it's not going to be available at launch. And then we haven't heard about it since. Recently in the Vivian story, she's on the field the entire time in her combats. Oh, that's true. I remember that. Yeah. Actually, yeah. They already have programmed, like, characters following you around. So you could just add, like, one more character following you around, and you've basically got, like, the Final Fantasy VII, like, combat mode there. Just, you know, just following you around and shit. And then, like, when an enemy appears, you enter the combat mode. It could oh, dude. It's crazy. I could see it happening, but I don't know if they'll ever do it, which is why it makes me sad. Can you share any insights on the design direction for upcoming version events? Okay, so I also heard about this. Very briefly.
Our future development plans, we are aiming to optimize events in 3 aspects. First, we'll continue improving on existing game modes, such as Grand Muscle Adventure, Bamboo vs.
They should just make this game mode available all the time.
To make them more fun for players. At the same time, we'll be rolling out more exciting new gameplay. In future versions, we might see casual duels between bamboos, or even get to control a giant bamboo in combat. Besides events featuring our adorable bamboo, we will also introduce some slow-paced, relaxing events to enrich Proxy's everyday life outside of the main story, such as spending joyful moments with agents at hot pot restaurant, movie theaters, and more. We also hope that beyond the intense and thrilling combat events, players can also take a breather to enjoy the lighter story events.
Are there any plans in future versions regarding characters released earlier in the game? Oh, this was a big one. Everyone is like, power creep, power creep, power creep this, power creep that.
Every character is the result of our team's blood, sweat,
and
dedication.
I did hear about this a little bit.
Put in quite a bit of effort to ensure characters are relatively future-proof and have long-term value. Showcasing a character's charm isn't just about mindlessly beefing up their stats. While maintaining each character's unique traits, we will strategically enhance their unique traits, rather than just simply boosting their damage output. For example, we'll supplement or even rework certain skills and their effects, tailoring them to each character's experience. Besides that, we'll also consider each character's role very seriously, While
Excuse me.
strengthening the characters, we will also take into consideration their compatibility with other characters in future versions. In terms of storytelling,
Rip my girl,
we hope
Ellen.
that our characters, even those have already been released, can showcase their own unique charm. In version 1.7, for example, we'll get to see quite a few scenes between Lycan and Hugo. These interactions are crucial for the character's emotional investment in the long run. We hope that every character can find a purpose that belongs solely to them in different corners of New Era. Although it might be challenging to do this well, we'll continue to work hard to create more meaningful relationships between characters and players, or even take their bond to the next level.
I love that they give them like fun and charm to them. So it's such a good thing to hear. Yeah, it's clear that they care about how they handle like their characters. But yeah, it is interesting to hear like them talk about character like skill and or not skill but like power levels and stuff, and how they might actually go back and like make other characters better. I think there's been an initiative on that too, because Star Rail, which I don't play anymore, but I heard Star Rail is actually going back to old characters and they're like buffing them. I heard Blade is getting buffed. I think I heard Kafka is also getting buffed. And I was like, wow, they're actually going back and like making old characters better. It's kind of crazy. And it seems like they're doing that here as well. So, you know, I don't know about Genshin. Haha. But that's cool. I think that's what Lost Void is for, to test abilities that might be implemented in the future. Yeah, the whole like adding new moves for characters in like Lost Void, that was always like they kind of teased that, but it was kind of like a thing, because the way they said or like explained it in an older like dev talk, or like I think it was like a program update, was they like subtly said stuff about like, oh yeah, we might not just have this only to Hollow Zero, like they might actually add that to characters, but it was a very subtle tease that could be taken in like multiple different ways. But it seems like they are up to we're not up to, but they're willing to add new moves to characters, or even rework characters entirely. What else can you tell the players?
As a new team, we've admittedly fell short in the earlier stage in terms of both narrative and gameplay elements. We've been working hard to make improvements, continuously incorporating feedback from proxies and optimizing our content. Thank you, proxies, for your continued patience, feedback, and support. In future content updates, we will prioritize ensuring content quality and humbly continue to welcome feedback and guidance from our proxies with the utmost respect. We hope Season 2 will bring proxies a more complete and smoother experience. If you encounter any issues with gameplay experience, we hope you will share more feedback through the official community channels. Your feedback and suggestions are crucial for our future content development. See you next time.
Cool. ZZZ is the only game I've stuck with. I did the same Genshin played a bit, dropped. HRSR played a bit, dropped. ZZZ seems to be handled better than the other two. Yeah, for me, it was kind of just one of those things where, like, I played Genshin and I liked it. I stopped playing for, like, a month, and then I came back when Inazuma dropped. Played for quite a while, like, up until the end of... I've already forgot the region name, but the region that Nahida is from, I basically played all the way up until then. Actually, I played all the way up until Fontaine came out. And then that's when I actually dropped the game. Because I kind of just kept... I spent more time playing HSR, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna just play HSR. And then when they showed off ZZZ and stuff, I was like, dude, this game looks so much more in line with like what I like. So yeah, I've stuck with ZZZ because not even just the dev stuff, like, or like the way that this game is being handled, but like I like the characters, the animation, the music, the style, like everything about ZZZ is like speaks to me on a level that the other two games do not. But yeah. What's crazy, apparently the CN version of this update is an hour long. It goes deeper into details, which is crazy to me. Really? What the? Do they have the Chinese channel under their... Oh, they do. No, it was also only 13 minutes. It's the same length. Unless there was like a different one somewhere. Yeah, this is the same length, no? Because the other channels are... This is Korean and this is Japanese. 14 minutes, 14 minutes. Yeah, they're all 14 minutes. Dang. What are people saying? HW. I guess people might have been talking about a different thing then. I see. All the characters friendly and move sense, blah blah blah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they really gotta... That's why, like, I mean, I already said it earlier in the stream, but, like... Whenever they get to the point where they're at a new, like, number update, so 2.0, 3.0, blah, 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 so on and so forth, like, they really gotta do stuff to make the updates, like, substantial, you know? Because with Genshin... They add a whole ass new region, so it's a big ass new like open world area that you can go explore and do all this other stuff. Whereas ZZZ, because it's a smaller game in scope, like you can only do so much to like change up, you know, change up the formula or like the what we're familiar with. But it seems like they're really trying, so I appreciate that. I really do think they should. Well, I don't know, cause like, while I do want them to add like, well, I do want them to add, like, just rework the whole combat system to be like a Final Fantasy VII like remake like type of like combat. They would have to consider like everything, you know, or reconsider everything like regarding characters and like combat and see like what works here and what doesn't work. It's like I think that they could totally do it, but I don't know, it really depends. I also agree the mood and vibe in the game is so much better. Best thing is the main characters. They feel like they're a part of the story instead of silently observing until they need to fight. Yeah, I think what helps with that is that Bell and Wise are actually like characters that have voices, you know? Like Lumine and Ether have voices too, but like Ether barely talks. Plus Wise and Bell are two very different people and give a dynamic people can choose from. Yeah. I'll have to... I'm gonna bump up the volume. You guys need audio. Give me a sec. Yeah, there you go. Okay. I need to do Trigger's story. I mean, I still have time, but I figured I might as well do it now. It's like the only thing I haven't done. So I did all the other events. That's the only thing I had not done. Oh, yeah. I did like one of these things. This is just the fucking, this event here is just the like the firing range, which is pretty funny. I could show it off real quick. Do one. I think doing this on controller is a little weird because you have to like. Okay, so that's reload. Oh. Yeah, this is so much harder on controller. Hostages. Oh shit, why did it reload? This is such a goofy event. Someone on the ZZZ team is a fan of the RE4 range. I would. To me, it's one of the best stories, if not the best one. Oops. Forgot I'm on the mouse. You're talking about Trigger's story? Is one of the best ones? Definitely. Yeah, I've been relatively unspoiled by the story for Trigger, so I'm definitely interested. So close, what the hell? Oh, did it actually? No, did it actually hit the hostage in the back? Fuck. I mean, not like it really matters, but. Okay. Not gonna lie, I didn't enjoy her too much in Ambi's story. Kind of felt a little dry. Yeah, I mean, it is Ambi's story after all, right? But I do get what you mean. The story bumped her to like top 3 for me. Dang, top 3? I do think she's a cool character. Okay, I'll do the rest of this on my own time because it's kind of just a shooting gallery. I need to, there you go. Just switch back to controller. Okay, let us check out Trigger's story. Whispers from beyond the river dwell in her eyes. This is a story that took place in the past, a story of a rookie proxy named Phaethon who meets a young lady at a crossroads of fate. Oh, this is a story of us meeting Trigger, but in the past? Belle, we've been on 6-3 for a while now. How many internet commissions have we taken the past few days? We're still newbies. It's okay. We're starting our proxy business and video store from scratch. Side by side, it'll take some time. These days, I've been focused on managing the store, so thank you for taking care of the internet business, Belle. Having this cozy little home with you is already so much better than the life we had just after leaving the academy. As long as we slowly build our reputation, we'll eventually have a chance to uncover clues about the fall of the old capital, Belle. We'll take it slow. I still want to take on commissions. I get so bored. Belle, your enthusiasm is really something else, but your troubles will soon be resolved. I saw how hard you've been searching for commissions, so these past few days I found an intelligence broker on internet who can introduce commissions to us. As long as we can establish a long-term partnership with this professional intelligence broker, we shouldn't have to worry about getting commissions in the future. As your older brother, I also want to be able to help you. Good job. Thanks. I've done a good job too. I arranged to meet him at the store today. Should be arriving soon. Are they talking about this guy? I forgot his name. Watch the house. It's kind of funny that they have, like, we're supposed to be new, but it seems like, I mean, they haven't really changed anything, I guess. Well, I don't know. I guess there are boxes and stuff, so they've kind of set up. As the front door is open, a man in a suit walks in. Although he wears a friendly and reliable smile, there's something slightly off about him. Yeah, this guy. Shepard. That's right. I'm glad you two chose to work with me. By the way, are you just starting out in this line of work? We just started. It's normal for rookie proxies like you to have hard time finding commissions, but please don't worry. As an intelligence broker, I exist precisely for people like you. Phaethon, right? What kind of commissions do you usually specialize in? Any. That being said, combat-related commissions might be a bit tricky, right? You two don't seem like fighters, and hiring combat personnel can be expensive for new proxies. To be honest, I'm not sure if I feel comfortable assigning you anything dangerous. We'll find our own way to resolve that. I believe you'll see it in the actual commission. I happen to have a recently issued commission that could serve as the basis, or serve as the perfect starting point for our partnership. I believe this commission is of the perfect difficulty to assess your abilities. If you're interested, let me explain the details. Shall we move to a more convenient place to talk?
Our first assignment together is a missing person commission. There's no need for combat or venturing into any hollows, so it's completely safe. Honestly, I can't think of a better way to test your skills.
To be honest, it feels like you're just filling your quota with this commission.
Don't get me wrong, I'm definitely not trying to pass this off on you. Your ability to navigate the hollow is unquestionable. That's what makes a proxy. But this role involves more than just that, and this commission is a perfect opportunity to demonstrate those other skills. To be honest, the client barely gave us anything to work with, just pieces of info. That's why this is a perfect chance to show off your skills in gathering intel, spotting details, and negotiating. All the makings of a top-tier proxy.
You've made your point. Guess we can't refuse now. Let's see the job.
Shepard nods in satisfaction and pulls out 3 items from his pocket: a harmonica, a sheet of music, and an old photo. Oh, hello, Trigger. Old photo of woman with covered eyes. Nothing on the back. A somewhat aged photograph, though the image remains fairly clear. A blonde young woman with her eyes covered leans against a wall. For some reason, her silhouette seems so fragile, as if she might shatter into pieces at any moment, filled with such profound sadness.
The client has only provided us with these 3 clues. All we know is that the woman in the photo is your target.
Just a photo. So even the client doesn't know her name, identity, or whereabouts? And what's the deal with the harmonica and the sheet music?
The client doesn't seem to have any more info, though it's possible they just don't want to share. But the client did mention if you get stuck, you should try playing the sheet music with the harmonica. Well then, I'll leave this commission in your capable hands. Keep me in the loop if you make any breakthroughs. Just ping me on Knock Knock.
A single photo and a melody. Feels like chasing shadows. Belle, where do you think we should start?
Maybe we should start with Port Elpis. A woman with her eyes covered isn't exactly someone you see every day. Remember when we went to visit the sea? I'm pretty sure we spotted someone like that back then. Remember? I was in a bad mood that day, so you took me to the port to clear my head. We bought some fries, but you were so busy staring at that girl with her eyes covered, a seagull snatched them right out of your hand.
Why do you sound mad? Now that I think about it, that woman did look a lot like the one in the photo. I was just a bit distracted. I didn't mean to stare. Next time I'll make sure to watch my fries more carefully. Well, thanks to you, we've got a lead now. Let's head to the port and see what we can find.
To Port Elpis. However, it was a week ago when we saw that lady, and we can't be sure if she's the person we're looking for. Even if she is, it's uncertain whether she's still around here. Let's look for clues. So we don't have any further leads right now. Let's try our luck here. I'll attempt to hack into the camera, so she's been around recently. Excuse me. As for you, Belle, take the photo and announce the locals and passersby around here. So many exclamation points. What the fuck? Hi. Our fries and hot dog combo is a hot seller. Remember seeing this girl? She doesn't seem interactive around here. There's much better background. Seagulls have been too active recently. Will they have a negative effect on the sales of our fries? Did these seagulls... They're gonna end up becoming fat as hell. But it's fine. They're enjoying every minute of it. Tightly closed door? Someone must be living here, right? If the blindfolded woman has appeared around the port, maybe whoever lives around her has seen her? Noise? Oh, my controller fucking died. Damn, the dual controller batteries are so ass. Unless my controller's not actually charging to full, I don't know. Who? Have you seen this person? Who? Never seen. Disappear in the end, everyone will disappear, including me. The fuck? Someone actually lives up here? What could possibly be up top the lighthouse? Oh. The old man appears behind you. Oh. My bad. She might have been here before. Thanks, McDunn. Oh, you can actually choose who you wanna... Oh, what the heck? I thought you had to talk to everybody.
No luck on my end. Belle, did you find anything?
No. Well, kind of.
It was wishful thinking to assume that a quick stroll through the port would solve this. But since we're here, might as well give the harmonica a try. Whether it works or not, you owe me some fries before we head back.
I'll do whatever you say, but Belle, would you mind giving the harmonica a try instead? I'm curious to how it sounds.
Wow, you sure know how to set me up. I'm telling you now, though, I can't promise what it'll sound like.
Take a deep breath, you let the notes flow and start to play. Oh. I didn't know if I should just let it continue playing or skip to the next dialogue, but okay. It was pretty accurate. Whatever you think it sounded good, at least the music continues for a half a minute. Half a
How do
minute.
I put this? It sounds okay once you get used to it. But nothing happened, so I guess we should just get some fries and head back.
Excuse me.
Oh.
Were you the ones playing the harmonica just now?
Yes.
Sorry. My sister didn't mean to make such a commotion. We'll just... Wait. You're the one in the photo. Sorry about that. I didn't hear any footsteps, so I didn't realize you were right beside us.
My apologies. Moving quietly is second nature to me. I didn't mean to startle you. If I may ask, where did you learn that melody?
Why shoot you a questioning glance? The blindfolded woman from the photo actually appeared. What an unexpected surprise, but now what? Let's bring her back home.
Well, the two of us are proxies, and this song was given to us by a client. We never thought it would actually help us find you. Our client is the one looking for you. Why don't we discuss the details somewhere else?
I see. Please lead the way. I'd also like to meet this client of yours.
Let's head back to the store.
Okay, let's go check in with Shepard. Oh, I almost forgot. Your name is...
My real name. I haven't used that in a long time, but I do have a code name. You can call me Charon.
You return to the video store with the woman who calls herself Charon. Along the way, you introduce yourselves and share a bit about your fledgling proxy business.
Miss Charon, I just reached out to the information broker who posted the commission. He should be here shortly, and you'll be able to meet the client soon. Please take a seat on the couch. I'll get you something to drink.
Thank you, but please, don't mind me. By the way, the second row from the top on your TV wall, third unit from the left, it has a connection issue. You might want to check it out when you have time.
How did she know that? I mean, I can guess as to how, but, you know.
Oh, let me see. You're right. How did you know? No wonder there's been some lag lately.
I rely on my hearing. I lost most of my vision in an accident. I can just about make out the outlines of my surroundings. To move around like an average citizen, I've trained my other senses to be extremely sharp. I heard a faint buzzing sound. By moving around the room and noticing the change in sound, I was able to pinpoint the location of the faulty TV.
Crazy.
Sorry. I hope my question didn't seem rude.
No need to apologize. Vision isn't the only way to perceive the world. As proxies, you too should know that better than most. Anything that can be seen with your eyes can never be considered a secret.
A subtle silence fills the room. It's clear you each have secrets you don't want to share with others, and there's an unspoken understanding between you. As the silence is on the brink of becoming awkward, a knock sounds at the door from the outside the shop.
It's me again. You two found the target already? Wow, Phaethon, you guys are incredible. If you're always this fast, you could take on anything.
High efficiency? It's nothing really. By the way, didn't the client come with you? Kieran here would like to meet them.
Where to start? It's great that you were able to find the woman in the photo, but there's a new problem. I can't get in touch with the client anymore. There's been no reply from his Knock Knock account since yesterday. I brushed it off at first, but there's still no reply today. Just when I thought he might have skipped town, his account suddenly sent me a location, the edge of a hollow. Who sends something like that in normal circumstances?
Based on what you've said, there's a good chance the client encountered some trouble involving the hollow. Still, it's too early to say for sure.
Either way, I'll keep trying to reach the client. I hope he's alright. Let's stay in touch for now. We won't be wrapping up this commission for a while.
Sorry, but I overheard your conversation. Could you share that location with me? If I investigate the hollow, I might pick up some clues.
You're Miss Charon? No offense, but the hollow isn't somewhere just anyone can waltz into. Without a carrot or combat personnel, it's a death trap. You should wait.
I'm a soldier. I served with the Eridu Defense Force under the Chrysoberyl Division. Even after retiring, I've made countless trips into the hollow. You can trust in my combat skills. The heart rates of you and the two proxies here seem to have just spiked. Don't worry. My military days are far behind me. I have no current ties with them.
Well, aren't you in Obel Squad at the moment? Or no?
As for getting into the hollow, proxies, can I request your assistance? I'll pay the commission fee as best I can. If you don't want to be involved, that's fine. I'll think of something.
We'd like to find the client ASAP too. I mean, who's gonna cover our commission fee otherwise? Besides, if we said no, you'd just head into the hollow alone, wouldn't you?
How did you know?
So that was your plan? You just remind me of how Wizen I used to be. So desperate to find someone that we didn't even care if we were ready or not. Well, since Miss Charon wants to continue to investigate, I'm willing to act as the proxy for no additional fee. You can relax, Shepard.
I see. That works for me. With the client still unreachable, my hands are tied. Please, look into the hollow, and be careful.
I'm really sorry for troubling you both. Finding this client is very important to me, so I may have acted a bit out of line just now.
No worries. Seeing how determined you are to find the client, we couldn't just sit by and do nothing. Let's work together to find them.
Do. So does that mean this menu is just gonna go away? Or like they're just gonna stop using this menu eventually? Like, because they said that you don't even have to walk to the HDD anymore to like access like a mission or whatever, or like to start a mission. I don't know. Can I use my own team?
I am the eye of... This is the... I've got your back.
Story-related agents cannot be switched out.
I am the eye of...
No, I can't use my own trigger. $182.
I've got your... I am the eye of Obel.
My trigger is technically better, probably, but whatever.
I'll protect... I've got asset confirmed.
Standing by.
Huh?
I guess I'll use the
Officer
de facto
Is the concert starting?
team.
I only handle technical matters.
No bang boo. Ugh.
Miss Charon, I need some time to calculate the hollow route.
Leave this to me, Proxy. Actually, I've been to this hollow before for reasons. I still remember the way forward clear as day.
Reasons?
Yeah. Yeah.
They need to make the dialogue happen faster.
Well, why don't you wait just a little longer? Calculating a path doesn't take
I hate
that
when I
long.
accidentally skip dialogue. Because they're still talking, but it takes forever.
It'd be more efficient to retrace a path I've already walked. Please come with me, Proxy. Ether vision activated.
I'll do your melody.
Suppressing fire.
Move behind me. In position.
The path ahead. It should be right around here. I wasn't here too long ago. One moment, Proxy. I might have misremembered. I just need to think. Sorry for being so presumptuous, Proxy. I got ahead of myself and made things difficult for you.
It's no trouble. There's a fissure nearby. We can use it to get back on the right path. Let me lead the way from here on out.
Okay. Is that okay? Yeah, I don't know why they made the dialogue
Miss Carolyn, how are you
have
so
such
fluid when you move and fight?
long pauses in between. I hate waiting for them to
Because of your
talk.
sharper hearing and heightened senses?
That's one part of it. In fact, my eyes gained some unique abilities as they changed. I can't see most things clearly, but I'm able to detect the etheric fluctuations of nearby humans, ethereals, and other objects.
Sugar is basically just Toph, right?
I call this ability Ether Vision.
Quite the ability! Given your combat style, those eyes must come in handy on the battlefield, huh?
I mean, it's a blessing and a curse, no?
That may be so. Recalibrating. Take the shot.
Move behind me. Outside.
Well, they're all dead.
Wait, something's up ahead. There's someone on the ground. Ugh, it smells like blood.
You can smell blood through a bamboo. Someone collapsed next. There's also someone else next to her. What the heck? Unmistakable smell of blood emanating from them. Following the source of the sun, you see bullet holes on their bodies. What the fuck? Cause of death appears to be severe blood loss from long-range gunshot wounds. Time of death probably within the last 1 to 2 hours just before we enter the hollow. Someone's been killing people in this hollow, though I don't sense the killer nearby right now. There's still a chance they're active somewhere in the hollow. Come like through 2 of their bodies. Damn, what the fuck? Actual death?
What happened? Who did this?
Given the depth of the wound and the caliber of the bullet, the killer was a sniper, just like me.
Another sniper?
Proxy, stay vigilant and get behind me. The killer may still be nearby. They seem seem to have no qualms when it comes to killing.
The surrounding ether levels have significantly increased. What's going on?
Copy.
But my song needs... Hold on. Let me find what's causing the ether level increase. Okay. There are multiple devices taking ether non-stop.
Ow.
Hold in position. Wait a minute. You're in high-pressure ether storage tanks filled with highly concentrated ether. Suppressing fire. As soon as the valve is opened, the ether will flow out at a fixed rate.
Dude, I just want Ambi. What the fuck?
Such high ether concentrations will make the nearby ethereals more active and cause more to show up.
A position with great visibility.
Charon, it'll be dangerous if we keep moving forward.
Understood. These storage tanks are high-risk items manufactured by military-industrial companies. They're rare, even on the black market.
What the fuck? We're doing this in the story? Press RT for a single shot. Oh, yeah, it's just the event stuff. How funny.
All high-pressure ether tanks have been disabled. We can keep moving.
More dead people.
Wait, Charon. I'm detecting 4 life forms up ahead. Let's go take a look.
Proxy, there are 4 people over here.
Oh, they're alive.
They're all still alive. I'm not detecting any ether fluctuations from any other life forms nearby.
Great, that's a relief. Charon, can you confirm their condition?
Confirmed. 1 is seriously injured. A bullet pierced their lung. The other 3? No internal injuries, just a few minor wounds. They're all unconscious. The one with severe wounds. His etheric fluctuations are nearly completely gone. He's beyond saving.
Who are you? Help me. It hurts. So cold. I don't want to die.
There must be something we can do. I'll contact the hospital, and we can get him out of the hollow.
His internal organs are ruptured. He'll bleed out long before we can get him out. No rescue team can beat the clock when life fades this fast.
Am I dying? I just want to go home.
How did these people even end up in the hollow, though? What is going on here? Charon doesn't respond. She sits beside the dying man, pulls out a harmonica, and begins to play a soft, familiar melody. The tune echoes throughout the hollow, heavy with the scent of blood. It's the song recorded on the client's sheet's music. As harmonica's gentle notes fill the air, the dying man stops groaning, simply listening until his eyes close forever. What?
Charon, what's wrong? It looks like you're in pain.
I'm fine, don't worry about me. As I mentioned before, these eyes of mine have their uses, but they bring just as much inconvenience. The rejection reaction you saw just now was one of them. Staring into death. It's not something I handle well.
My head. Where am I? Who are you people? I remember now. There was a madman, a lunatic who tied me up and dragged me into the hollow. You're not.
I'm not the lunatic you're talking about. Can you stand? There are 2 more unconscious survivors here. If you can help us carry one of them, let's get out of here together.
Leave? We can leave this place? What about that lunatic who shot at me from the shadows?
The culprit should be gone by now. Charon, let's get the survivors out. Follow me.
Oh, that's it. My hair is in the fucking way. Okay. I have no idea where this story's going. Also, sorry. I'm still... I mean, it's probably just a lack of sleep. And also the adjustment and, you know, waking up at the time that I did. But I got 8 hours of sleep, but I'm still, like, tired. Okay. Exhausted and unable to carry any more bodies, you record the coordinates of a few of the corpses. Once this is all over, you should make sure to report them anonymously to PubSec. With Charon, you keep your guard up alongside the 3 survivors, eventually arriving at the abandoned metro entrance in front of Ballet Twins Road. Proxy, let's take a short break here. The area around the Ballet Twins has been abandoned due to the Hall disaster, and there's no one's likely to be around. It's well secluded and safe, making it a perfect place for a conversation. You just escaped from a killer, so we need to check on their injuries and mental well-being. Unfortunately, I don't think so. After they woke up and saw me, they didn't have any particular reaction. If they were the ones who assigned the commission to find me, they should have recognized me to some extent. Keep watch around here and be on the lookout for some perpetrator trying to track us or attempting to ambush us. Could you please have a brief conversation with the 3 survivors? I think they might have information on the perpetrator. To be honest, I think they might... No, probably just my imagination. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that, Trigger? I fear that someone's still trying to shoot me. It just won't go away. For someone around Port Elpis, weren't you? Yes? Oh, she was one of the characters or like NPCs I didn't talk to. Zoe. Aaron. How did y'all get kidnapped? I was sightseeing at Port Elpis earlier. After that, I was on my way back home driving along a deserted road when I seemed to be hit something. So I got out of the car to check. Someone hit me from behind and knocked me out. I still have a bump on my head. Sitting at home with my friend when someone tried to open the lock and tampered with our food or water or something. I don't know what they did exactly, but shortly after we ate, we both passed out. We were the only 3 rescued from Hollow. Did you see another woman? Oh, she's the dead one. Oof. Jesse. Received an anonymous message telling me there was a big job I could do, asking me to meet in an alley on 6th Street. I just arrived at the agreed spot and was waiting when someone hit me from behind and knocked me out. When I woke up, I was already in that hollow and my hands and feet were tied. Oh, you can go back and ask. Oh. So they seem to be having fun watching me panic? Hmm. After a brief check on the 3 survivors, you share what you've learned with Charon. She then calls the 3 over.
Thank you all for assisting me, even though I'm a stranger. You've given me valuable information.
It's the least we can do after you saved our lives. If there's anything else you want to ask, go right ahead.
I do have some questions left to ask. Before that, could the 3 of you introduce yourselves? I'd like to see if there's a pattern to how the killer chose their targets.
I'll go first. My name's Zoe. I used to be a soldier in the Defense Force, but now I'm just working a regular desk job at a private company. Don't let that fool you, though. I've earned my stripes.
I'm Jesse, currently working as an internet information broker. I'm still pretty new at it, though, so I can't think of any reason someone would target me.
I'm getting a phone call. Hold on, Jen. Okay, I'm back. So Zoe is a former Defense Force soldier. Jesse is a internet information broker.
My turn?
Oh.
I'm Erin. I was also in the Defense Force, but now I'm unemployed. Actually, I have a question for you all. Did you see my friend when you were in the Hollow? She's about my height with shoulder-length blonde hair and a mole under her eye. We were kidnapped together, but I can't find her anywhere now.
If I recall correctly, we didn't come across anyone like that in the Hollow, among both the survivors or the bodies.
It's alright, I'll keep looking. I hope she's okay. We were always inseparable. We even planned to visit Scott Outpost together for Remembrance Day. I never thought something like this would happen.
Remembrance Day? What's it about?
As the name suggests, it's a day organized by the Defense Force for the families of deceased soldiers and veterans. People gather to mourn their loved ones who died in the fall of the old capital and find comfort in each other's company.
I didn't know the Defense Force did that. Huh. Maybe I should go check it out.
If I can't find her anywhere else, I'll head to Remembrance Day alone. Maybe she'll show up there.
Wait, fuck off. Are these are these like the people that we just saved? Are they Charon's like former squad mates? Cause in the like what is it, the Trigger like animated story thing, the drip marketing stuff, apparently her squad mates are alive, but none of them were found.
Was your missing friend also a member of the Defense Force?
So this is about to be kind of crazy. What the fuck?
Yes, she and I were in the same squad. Obsidian Division's Cartis squad.
Huh.
This sounds like a series of murders targeting the Defense Force. But Jesse wasn't with the Defense Force.
No, you're probably not far off. Jesse claims to have been up front, but he neglected to mention he was once part of the Defense Force. Right, Jesse?
Well, that's... I just don't like bringing up my past in the Defense Force. It's not like I'm trying to hide it. They're just memories from my time there that I'd rather forget. I was part of Obsidian Division's Noct Squad. That's the absolute truth.
Huh.
I was also in the Obsidian Division, Impera Squad. I don't know who those who died in the Hollow were, but it seems the killer really is targeting members of the Defense Force.
Okay, so maybe it's not the same people in Trigger's old squad?
Wait a second. If I remember correctly, during the fall of the old capital, didn't our 3 squads work together on a mission outside Hollow Zero?
We did? I don't really remember.
I have a vague memory of it, but there were so many people on the mission, I don't remember your faces.
Thank you all for the information. I'm starting to see a pattern in the killer's choice of targets. But there's something else I need to ask. I came to this hollow because someone I'm searching for sent me its location. And that person was likely being held by the killer as well. Did you happen to see anyone else?
Checking their heads at Charon.
You're not giving us much to go on. At least tell us what kind of person you're looking for. Male or female, what they look like. Can't offer much help without that.
Sorry, I don't have much else to share. Even so, if any of you remember anything else that may be useful, please let me know. This is very important to me. You don't even know who they are, yet you're so determined to find them. Is it really going to be an issue if you can't find this person? Maybe. I've been searching for someone for a long time. They might be the key to achieving my goal.
I see. Whatever happens, I hope you find them. If there's anything I can do to help, just let me know.
Thank you. But please, prioritize your own safety. If the killer is targeting former Defense Force members, there's a good chance they'll come after you again. Stay vigilant.
Of course. Once I've checked out Remembrance Day, I'm locking myself in my room and throwing away the key.
Even after questioning those 3 survivors, the clues we have so far are still insufficient. Our goal is to find the missing client. Right now, we only know that he was likely kidnapped by the perpetrator. We have no idea who the perpetrator is or where they went. Sorry, excuse me. It's hard to deduce where we should go next to find the client. Our clues have run dry. We still got something out of it. At least we now know some characteristics of the perpetrator. A sadistic sniper with a grudge against the Defense Force. They're meticulous in planning, avoid open confrontations, and are obsessed with committing crimes in the Hollow. With these characteristics and the Hollow coordinates, we might be able to deduce the general area where the perpetrator operates, as well as a potential base where they might have placed the kidnapped victims. Right. Charon seems somewhat agitated. The lack of clues plunges you all into silence. Just as you're about to accept reality and start organizing the current clues to narrow down the search, the door to the video store suddenly opens, and it's Shepard, of course.
man, you've already been to the Hollow and made it back safely?
Did you run all the way here? Do you need a moment? We've already been to the Hollow, but unfortunately, we haven't found the client yet.
I'm fine. Did you find any clues there?
There are traces left behind. Signs of a kidnapping. It's very likely the client was involved.
Yeah, it seems the client was kidnapped, brought to the Hollow, and later moved again. We're still looking for clues. But why did you rush over to the store? Did you find anything?
Well, just take a look for yourself.
Shepard shows you his phone. About 10 minutes ago, the missing client sent him another location on Knock Knock. There were no other messages.
I checked a map of New Eridu. This spot, it's another Hollow entrance.
We've been chasing dead ends with absolutely no clues. And now one just appears out of nowhere? Something smells fishy here.
You're sure it's just disappearance for now and nothing more serious has happened, right? If that's the case, the situation is still manageable. No matter how shaky the clue is, let's keep investigating. Just be careful. Any casualties and this will become something beyond our control. At that point, stop the commission and contact me. I'll bring in some professional Hollow experts to deal with the situation.
Shepard hurries out again. You turn to Charon, who seems unsettled. Has she held back the truth from Shepard to avoid having the search handed off to someone else?
Thank you for not revealing what really happened to that information broker.
Don't mention it. But I have to ask, why are you doing this? Calling for help might have been the safest way to handle the situation.
The killer is a sniper who has no qualms about taking lives. Judging by the victim's injuries, it's clear they know how to deal a fatal blow and how to inflict pain without causing death. Most Hollow Raiders lack experience dealing with snipers. If they encounter the killer, it's likely to end in a difficult fight, or worse, casualties. And besides, asking for help from others would only delay the search. The client is at risk right now, so I think we should follow the clues and enter the Hollow as soon as possible to ensure their safety.
I helped you keep this from Shepard, but I have to admit, it's just too dangerous. What if this lead is a trap? Who even knows who's really behind the client's messages anymore?
I understand, I really do. But what if we're late and something happens to the client?
Why is the client so important to you, Charon? Would you be willing to tell us? Are you so set on finding them because they're connected to the person you've been looking for?
The client's true identity might be the very person I've been looking for. And if not, they most certainly have some vital information. Since leaving the military, I've spent years searching for my missing teammates. They were more than just comrades who trusted me with their lives. To me, someone raised as an orphan, they were family. I've scoured countless hollows and every corner of New Eridu to find them, but I've never found a single lead. Until I met you and heard that melody on the harmonica. It's called Homecoming. My squad leader composed it. Only our squad knew it. And yet that client of yours not only knows the song, but also gave you the sheet music. Please, Proxy. This client is the only lead I have left. I'm certain my teammates are still alive. If this trail goes cold, I don't know when I'll get another chance to reunite with them.
If they're still alive, could there really be no trace of them after all these years? Why does it get towards you? It seems to convey such a question, but then think about how you're also searching for your teacher. It doesn't seem all that hard to understand.
I get how anxious you must feel. Let's face this together. But this time, we really need to be extra careful.
Thank you, Proxy. I feel much better knowing I have your support. You can trust me. I'll protect you if the killer is really waiting for us in the Hollow. We'll make it out in one piece.
One Piece? A One Piece! Oh god, why am I so tired? I mean, I know why I'm so tired, but I'm so tired.
I got your back. Wanna be my research subject?
Standing by. Officer,
I'll protect, eradicate all. You have my complete support.
Play a different team.
proxy. Look at this. A communicator left right at the Hollow's entrance.
Why is there a communicator here? It doesn't look like it was randomly left behind.
There's hardly any dust on its surface, which means it was only placed here recently. It looks like someone wants us to use it.
Oh, such decisiveness. Following random location info without even thinking twice. I'm glad, Sniper of Liar Squad.
Liar Squad? What's that? Wait, who are you?
Sniper. Or should I say Charon now? Haven't you shared your past with our dear Proxy? If introductions aren't your strong suit, I'd be happy to show you how. You can call me Grim Vulture, the one behind this string of murders. You see, I've been working my way down a list, crossing off names. And now, Charon of Liar Squad, your name's next.
Looks like you've done your homework on me. Just because my presence interfered with your plan, you've decided to take me out for good?
I thought you were just going to be another obstacle in my way. And now, with you in my sights, this must be some kind of destiny.
I'm not sure what you're referring to, but I'm looking for someone. Given that you're waiting at the Hollow entrance they shared, I'm guessing you have them. If you hand them over, perhaps we can make a deal.
Karen suddenly dodges aside, raises her gun, and fires, using her body to shield Eos in the next instant. A bullet fires past her and hits the ground. Her shot flew into the distance, and there's only one thing that's for certain: it didn't hit Grim Vulture.
So your version of making a deal is stalling for time to locate me and lining up your shots? Can't say I'm surprised. After all, that's exactly what I plan to do too. You seem to have rather unique eyes. But you'll never get the chance to hit me. After all, no one's better at counter-sniping than me.
Seems talking won't resolve this, but I'm not averse to using force.
Now that's the spirit! If you're looking for someone, why not search the Hollow for clues? Providing you can survive both my attacks and those of the ethereals, of course. Oh, and I've prepared a little gift for all your trouble. I hope you still have that determined look on your face after seeing it.
Huh. Who is this person?
Watch out for Grim Vulture taking shots from afar.
That's not fair.
Is there nothing we can do? Yeah, right. I found a box. Something feels off about it.
What's in the fucking box? A rather creepy box that's giving off an unsettling stench. You have a bad feeling that opening would be asking for trouble. Clearly she's having the same feeling. Right now she's hesitating about whether to open this box. A bloodstained, tattered military cap, carelessly crumpled and stuffed in the corner of the box. Though the owner's identity remains unknown, the message it conveys can only be one thing: death. Fingers tracing its shape, her lips tremble. My sense of touch isn't deceiving me. This appears to be an outfit my former teammate wore, or a replica of it. So this is the surprise Grim Vulture mentioned. I see now. Karen goes silent, yet as she chambers another round, you can sense her hands trembling slightly while her grip grows even stronger.
You still remember what's inside the box, right? Your loyal teammate's cap, the one Styx always wore. Curious as to how he died? I'll tell you.
Oh fuck. Can you actually...
No, it wasn't much different from being offed by ethereals. Ethereals had almost completely taken over his body. He was being corrupted, covered in ether crystals. His core was almost fully formed. just like that, obliterated both his core and his heart. Any thoughts on the way he kicked the bucket? Did you like it? Do you think I made the whole thing up? Or did it really happen?
This person's fucking crazy.
Shut up. I don't know who you are, but you'll pay for insulting him.
Oh, wanna kill me? Then come to my next surprise spot.
Adjusting for wind. Press the attack. Surrender. I'll pierce right through. Scatter. You're in my sight.
I'm wondering if you can actually see them up there. Oh, I mean, I doubt. Oh, you kind of can actually. What the fuck? Yeah, someone does actually appear. Huh. Wow, yeah, you could actually see someone up there. What the fuck?
Copy.
Another high-pressure ether tank. And a lot of ethereals have already been drawn to it.
Leave it to me, Proxy. My eyes will take care of them. Here. We did it, Proxy. Let's keep moving. I want to catch that murderer as soon as possible.
Second box emanates an ominous aura that on some sense seems to warn you that its contents, just like the previous box, will give you an absolutely wretched experience. Karen's breathing grows heavy. She stands still for several seconds, seemingly trying to control her emotional turmoil. Alright, gloves lie. They have been deliberately arranged with malicious intent. Damn.
Acheron's favorite gloves. It wasn't easy getting my hands on them.
Why are they doing this though? That's my question.
Beautiful commander. Even her gloves are stylish.
Yeah.
Such a pity. In the end, both her hands were missing. Oh, don't you think that's a shame, little sniper? Such beautiful hands that they could no longer hold. Ethereals gnawed off her arms and part of her leg as well.
This is so fucked up, dude. What the fuck?
But she still has the backbone. She stood tall, even in death. It's just as I said. She died from multiple fatal wounds. Even the most beautiful plant will wither without protection.
This person talks too much. When are they done?
Do you think I'm telling the truth or a lie this time?
How long do you intend to keep up this game of cat and mouse? I'll be coming to your hideout soon. Wipe that smile off your face and wait. Wait and see what I'm going to do.
Yeah, you tell them.
Ooh, good reaction. Hurry up then. I've got one final surprise location for you.
Dude, yeah, there's so much dialogue, but it gets skipped so much because
That's right. The surprise is at the end of the road.
the rate at which you can complete the level versus how fast the dialogue scrolls through is like, what the fuck, man? Okay, now it's over. Jesus.
Recalibrating.
My blade is already.
Yeah, not.
Resistance is futile.
You could have swore a dodge, but
Adjusting for wind. The melody of combat.
Evasive action. Awaken.
who are you? Who are you? It's another box.
Weakling.
You grab Crown's hand, trying to stop her from opening it, but she lifts the box lid almost unmechanically. Her box contains a bloodstained corner of clothing and a severely damaged piece of engineering equipment, also stained with blood. Charon picks them up, her trembling fingers feeling their shapes. She doesn't speak neither about the plans for pursuing Grim Vulture nor about which of her companions these items belong to, until the communicator in her hands rings again with Grim Vulture's voice.
Congratulations! You found the third box. Inside is... Who was it again? Oh, right. A piece of bloodied fabric from Cocytus's clothes and some damaged engineering gear stained with Leafy's blood. There weren't enough boxes, so I had to cram them together. They're just a medic and an engineer. Not exactly combat material, right? Surely you're not mad, are you?
She silently picks up the bloodied items from the box, her spirit visibly shaken by the weight of these ominous relics.
Enough already! Using her squad mates, her family to mentally torture her? That's wrong. How much longer are you planning on doing this?
Oh dear. Did I go too far? My sincerest apologies. It's just watching you plunge headfirst into my trap was so entertaining. I may have gotten a bit carried away, you know? Relax. The person you're looking for isn't here. And those are just fakes. I didn't actually take them from her comrades. Her comrades are long since corpses in the hollow, after all. How could I possibly have gotten hold of their clothes?
A surge of rage threatens to drown all thought. Just as you are about to retort, a crisp gunshot rings out. Charon's shot is clean and decisive, carrying an unmistakable intent to kill. But from the response on the other end of the communicator, it seems she missed her target.
A decisive strike to be sure. But as I've already said, your awareness, sight, and experience mean nothing except your skilled sniper.
I didn't expect to kill you so easily. There was a subtle change in your ether fluctuations the moment I fired. That was all I needed. You knowing my past makes me feel sick. But after seeing that you're just a coward who feels fear from another's killing intent, it doesn't bother me as much anymore.
Damn.
Coward, you say? How fascinating. You were little more than a hollow shell before. But now that you've bared your teeth, you've started looking somewhat respectable. I know your composure is nothing more than a facade. You've never truly faced the weight of your comrades' deaths, have you? I bet your mind is now filled with their dying screams.
squad is still alive. You can drop the act. Why are you so fixated on Charon? Just because she used to be in the defense force? She has nothing to do with your target.
Nothing to do with it? Then why don't you go ask her about it? What surprises me more is you actually believe her teammates are still alive. Don't tell me she dragged you into all this danger without telling you anything.
Shut up.
If she won't tell you, I will. Those so-called alive squad mates of hers went missing during the fall of the old capital. I'm sure you know exactly what that means. When the old capital fell, countless Defense Force soldiers were either killed by Ethereals or became them. The surviving soldiers, struggling to defend themselves, never had the opportunity to carry their comrades' bodies out of Hollow Zero. Obviously, her squad mates, the members of Liar Squad, were among the dead. But since their bodies were never found, she insists they're still alive. Even going as far as to deceive her own proxy. It's laughable.
I didn't lie to the proxy. They're alive. I have proof. Someone like you could never understand.
I could never understand? You think it's hard to understand your childish thought process? If you really have solid proof, why not tell me? Come on, let's hear it!
My eyes. I lost nearly 90% of my vision during the fall of the old capital. But in return, I gained the ability to see what others can't. Every second of every day for years, I've seen my squad mates. Not as fleeting shadows, but vivid and lifelike. They've never disappeared. They're alive, waiting for me to find them. Why else would I have been given these eyes?
That's your proof? Did you hear that? Proxy hiding in the bamboo. She spent years chasing after people who couldn't possibly exist, all because of some ghostly visions. You'd rather believe those visions of your teammates are real-time projections than accept that they're dead. What if I told you the way I described their deaths before was the absolute truth? Will you finally face reality? Or will you keep fooling yourself, believing in ghosts? I guess you'll keep deceiving yourself. Because that's how you survive.
I'm not lying to myself. I really
want to find your squad mates who have been missing for years and were officially declared dead? You couldn't protect them when the old capital fell, and now you're just making up stories to fool yourself. Give yourself some so-called reason to go on, to latch on to any stupid excuse. You're just a selfish, naive coward who did nothing and couldn't do anything when your comrades were dying.
Damn, why are they getting so mad for, huh? Grim Vulture's relentless verbal assault cleared his struck home. The little color that briefly returned to her face drains away, leaving her visibly shaken, unable to muster a single word in rebuttal.
At least you've got a shred of dignity left. Nothing disgusts me more than a useless hypocrite. Enough of this. Time to die, coward.
Charon is not a coward. Someone who'd enter perilous hollows just to find what they seek. Someone who'd play music to console a dying soul, despite the pain in their eyes, is anything but a coward. At the very least, she's far braver than a criminal like you, who hides in the shadows, enjoys torturing others, and is constantly in fear of being caught.
Proxy,
Your proxy sure has a way with words. I won't waste any more of my breath. Just die already.
I've completed analysis of the surrounding fissures. Charon, snap out of it. We can use that fissure to escape.
Fissures? When did you... Still trying to play tricks.
With no hope of a counterattack, you practically drag Charon, turning to run towards the fissure that had escaped Grim Vulture's notice. Just as the bullet is about to strike, you manage to escape through the fissure. Dude, my fucking throat. Hold on. Excuse me. This person has to be related somehow right? Grim Vulture. They have to be related to like either some sort of defense, like former defense squad or defense force like member that like survived and is like getting revenge or some shit. I don't know, dude. You escape from the hollow and return to the video store, bringing along Charon, who's lost all will to fight. She seems more traumatized than you imagine, repeatedly touching her eyes, silent and distant.
Charon, do you want some hot cocoa? I'm sure you're exhausted after such a tough fight. You should get some rest.
Thanks, but I'm fine.
Don't let Grim Vulture get to you.
Don't listen to Grim Vulture. They'd say anything to get under your skin. Once we start doubting the truth, we've fallen into their trap.
No, Proxy. I think Grim Vulture has a point. Maybe it's all just in my head. The things Grim Vulture left. When I touched them, I was reminded of the day the old capital fell. I felt the same sensation when I touched an injured comrade. I tried to shake off that feeling, but the truth is, I can't stop thinking about the possibility that all my squad mates are dead.
Would you be willing to share more? What really happened to you and Liar Squad on the day the old capital fell?
That day, in the first hour Hollow Zero started expanding, Defense Force HQ thought it was just a normal Hollow disaster, and thought they could suppress it with the standard amount of troops. Liar Squad was among the first troops sent there. Before we left, our superiors promised reinforcements would be on the way to support us in combat, so we didn't need to worry too much about facing the Ethereals. But soon after we began the mission, we realized things weren't going to go like we thought. The Ethereals came at us like an endless tide. The Hollow expanded beyond control, and more importantly, the reinforcements never came. The Defense Force troops outside the Hollow soon realized this was no ordinary disaster. Hollow Zero was devouring Eridu at horrifying speed. The reinforcement plan was called off, and the promised troops retreated. Honestly, even if they had come to help, it wouldn't have changed anything. I watched as members of the advanced force around me died one after another, or were corrupted into ethereals. Our squad slowly lost the strength to maintain formation. I was a weak point in our formation. An ether shot fired by an ethereal hit my eyes, corrupting them. Because of that and several other wounds, I shortly lost consciousness. I'm not sure how long I was out, but just before losing my vision, I briefly regained consciousness. The last thing my eyes saw was my squad mate standing in front of me, looking back. When I woke up again, I was already back at base. The higher-ups detonated the Shiryu pillars, and finally managed to bring Hollow Zero under control. I don't know who rescued me from the Hollow, but none of my squad mates had made it out. For some reason, the image of my squad mates being the last thing I saw has stayed in my mind. It must be some kind of sign. A sign that they're still alive. Don't you think? They must have continued fighting after I fell unconscious, eventually getting lost in some hollow and losing contact with the main force, left to wander between the various hollows of New Eridu. That must have been what happened, right? The Defense Force? Civilians? No one believes me. So I decided to find them myself. The reason behind these eyes. It's got to be to guide me to finding them still alive. Am I wrong, Proxy? Are these eyes pointless? I knew that's what you thought. Interpreting what my eyes see as proof my squad mates are still alive is just wishful thinking. But if they're really gone, why would I have been given these eyes, which bring nothing but pain? If they're truly no longer alive, how can I apologize to them in person? Tell them I'm sorry. Sorry for being so weak. Sorry that I failed to protect them. Their faces are all so blurry. I can't see their expressions. I can't even bear to look at them. If their final look at me was filled with resentment and disappointment, I wouldn't know how to handle it.
Charon, listen to me. Even if everyone else thinks you're wrong, Wise and I will never dismiss your determination to find your squad mates. You don't need to make any justifications, because someone close to us is missing too, and we desperately hope she's still alive. Even if the whole world doesn't understand, we will never give up. But I also think being consumed by this obsession, unable to move forward, that's not what those who matter to us would want.
Belle is right. Listen, Charon, you're such a kind person. Maybe that's why you feel responsible for protecting everyone and blame yourself when you can't do enough. But you don't have to carry it all on your own.
Yeah. Right now, the best thing you can do is trust us. We can be sure that Vulture hasn't killed the client yet. As long as we have that lead, there's still hope. We'll support you. No one can dismiss your determination or will. No matter how things turn out, we'll stand by your side and we'll face it together.
Proxy, thank you. I feel better now. At the very least, I want to keep investigating. I'm not just going to stop here.
With the tension easing, it's time to discuss the plan going forward. Just then, the phone rings. Ring, ring.
Sorry to disturb you at this hour. Did you go investigate that new hollow? How's it going? Oh, never mind. The client just shared a new location with me on Knock Knock.
They're pretty eager, huh? Which hollow is it this time?
No, it's not a hollow. If I'm reading this right, this location is Scott Outpost.
Scott Outpost? Isn't that managed by the Defense Force and White Star Institute? What's Grim Vulture up to?
It's Remembrance Day. Don't you recall what Aaron said before? They're holding an event right now, and the place will be open to the public.
So, they're not trying to lure us into a hollow this time. What's the deal? Are they trying to taunt us?
Whether it's a provocation or a trap, I'm not missing any chance to face Grim Vulture. Proxy, will you go with me?
The official commencement of the Remembrance Day has been scheduled for tomorrow morning, meaning ordinary citizens still cannot freely enter Scott Outpost today. Under arrangements, Charon spent the night at the store. The next morning... Belle, you'll be heading to the Outpost with Charon soon. Did you sleep well last night? I didn't sleep much. Actually, me too. The thought of the past kept me up, especially those related to Charon. I didn't manage to fall asleep until late. Oh, Charon is already waiting for you in the parking lot. I wonder how she's feeling now. Please take good care of her, Belle. Leave it to me. Good morning. Sorry for losing my composure in front of you yesterday. I think I've gotten my mood back in order now. Stare. I think I'm still starting the process of the sadness and unease. I'm not sure where I should go from here. Instead of continuing to suffer, it's better to reach out and grasp all the hope we can find around us. Maybe things will eventually change. Let's go, Proxy. Today we're attending Remembrance Day as ordinary citizens, so we can't carry any weapons. I suppose Grim Vulture wouldn't be foolish enough to make a move inside a military stronghold. Let's keep an eye out while we're there. I believe we should be able to find new clues. You arrive at Scott Outpost with Charon. Many citizens have come to Remembrance Day. They must be the relatives of those who gave their lives during the fall of the capital. For some reason, after coming here, Charon has been acting a bit strange. Can we explore this place later? Seems like there are some familiar faces here. I don't think I can face them. If I'm not mistaken, they should be the family members of my teammates. I don't know how I should face them. You'll have to face them sooner or later, won't you? Yo, dog. Acheron's brother. We met once after the fall of the old capital. It's Acheron's favorite plushie. She always kept it in the most prominent spot in her room. I brought it along here as a bringing my sister's shadow to participate in Remembrance Day. I still remember one time when my sister came home excitedly telling me that a shy new girl had joined the squad. That girl didn't speak much, but she was beautiful in battle. That was the happiest I'd ever seen her. To her, you were a presence that inspired admiration and a desire to not to fall behind. A beautiful soldier who gave her the drive to keep moving forward. You don't have to apologize to me. If my sister were here, she would surely say the same thing. Please don't mind me too much. The Defense Forces made a lot of preparations for the Remembrance Day event. Please take your time here. This is so fucking sad. Wait a moment, that eye cover, that blonde hair. Could you be my husband's Styx's teammate? You, Mrs. Sally, Styx's wife. Yes, my daughter and I came to attend Remembrance Day. The last time I saw you was right after the fall of the old capital. I never expected to see you again here today. Zeta. This is your dad's comrade from the Defense Force. Every time he went to the battlefield, she would be there to protect him. If that's so, why didn't you protect my dad during the fall of the capital? Why did you let him die? Oh, oof. And make him unable to come back to me? Don't listen to what Zeta is saying. She doesn't understand. We'd never blamed you. Please don't say that. She survived, but Dad didn't. Isn't that the truth? If it weren't for her abandoning him, Dad could have come back home safely. You don't know what happened back then. I don't think she's wrong. Please don't think that way. I'll make sure to bring her to apologize to you later. I need to explain to her what really happened. I'm really sorry. Please don't let us keep you. Go and explore the Remembrance Day event for now. Please remember all your comrades, including my husband. We would want to see the hope they left behind. Cocytus' mother, Ethel. I saw you once in the military camp after the fall of the old capital. You're Cocytus' teammate, one of the survivors. I've been wanting to get in touch with you over the years to see how you've been, but I never heard from you. I didn't expect to meet you here at the Remembrance Day. I guess this is fate. Mrs. Ethel, is your health still... I'm in good health, fortunately. Everything is fine. Although I'm the only one left in the family and the pension from the government is enough, and I still have some years in me. I'm sorry, Cocytus, Child, you don't need to apologize. My son may appear carefree on the surface, but he's always felt so much pressure. One day, he suddenly told me that he had found a companion who truly understood him. I believe he was talking about you. How could I possibly blame you, someone who helped my son? It's such a blessing. You, a kind-hearted person, are alive and standing here today. I'm so glad. Don't worry about me. Since you're here for Remembrance Day, take your time to walk around and look around. I hope you find something meaningful. To your surprise, many relatives of the deceased Liar Squad members are here for the Remembrance Day event. Is this really just a coincidence? As you ponder this question, the relatives have gathered here in front of Charon.
Miss, I'm sorry for being mean to you before. Mom told me you were protecting Dad until the very last moment before you passed out. I shouldn't have said you left him to die.
I'm really sorry. Zeta was really young when it happened, so she was too little to understand, and I haven't really talked about it. I hope she didn't upset you.
No, she was right. If only I'd been strong enough to take down most of the Ethereals, maybe they wouldn't have ended up in that situation.
Oh, that's not fair. The old capital was falling. No single person's strength could ever be the deciding factor in the face of a disaster like that.
In spite of it all, you survived. If they were still here, I'm sure they'd see that as something to celebrate.
I've always known the truth. I failed to protect them. A weakling like me survived, and the rest of them disappeared without a trace. This isn't solace. It's the worst possible outcome. That's something I can't face. I've never had the courage to tell you I couldn't protect your loved ones. All I can do is wander New Eridu, hoping to find some trace of them. Even after all this time, I still haven't accomplished anything. I'm sorry.
You really don't know us at all. This isn't the worst possible outcome by any means. Styx, my husband, and all his comrades who lost their lives, each one of them left behind their own legacy. Just look all around you. Everyone standing before you is a legacy they protected that is carried on to this day. After my husband passed away, Zeta and I received survivor benefits. And with all the odd jobs I've been doing, we've managed to get to where we are today. Styx always wanted our daughter to study art, and Zeta's interested in it too. Now, that dream has become a reality. She just got accepted into the art school in Janus Quarter.
Mom and I have our tough days, but I often think of Dad's cheerful laughter, and that memory gives me the strength to keep pushing through. One day, it'll all pay off, just like it has now.
Thank you for always being by my husband's side, even at the very end.
Well, I suppose you must have heard about my condition from my son.
Ethel, Kakaitis used to tell me about you. He often took leave or skipped work to earn extra money by part-timing, or to care for you when you were sick in bed.
Yes, that's true, but I bet he never told you my illness became so bad that I needed major surgery, and he worked his tail off to raise the money. Who would have thought he would pass before me? I used the benefits from his death for the surgery, and that's the only reason I'm here today. In a way, his passing allowed my life to continue. Every time I think about it, I feel like I need to keep my body healthy and live a few more years. The sights I see, I believe he can sense them from somewhere far away. When I was too weak to take care of him, it was you and your comrades who stayed by his side. Thank you for everything that you've done for him.
As for me, well, I'm currently working as a fashion designer.
A fashion designer? Is that because of Acheron?
It is. I'm sure you remember how much she loved beautiful things. She was always into fashion, so I decided to become part of that world. That way, she can always be with me. I admit I had no idea how fun fashion design could be until I actually gave it a shot. I wish I'd figured that out sooner. We would have had so much more to talk about. Anyway, I'm planning to start my own fashion brand next year. She used to say that after retiring from the army, she wanted to pursue fashion design. I really want to carry on her dream. It feels like my life's purpose. You know, she used to talk about you when she came home for the holidays. How your rivalry pushed her to keep improving. So, thank you. I'm proud of my sister, and I'm proud of you, too.
As you can see, all of us have made it to this day, carrying the will of those we loved. So please don't say they left nothing behind. They've always been a part of every pain and joy we've experienced over the years. Please remember, everything and everyone in New Eridu is only here today because you all risked your lives in battle.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. It's been wonderful to hear about how you're all doing and to listen to these words. I'm so glad I decided to come here on Remembrance Day.
Speaking of which, I wasn't expecting to see any of you. What brings you here today?
I could ask you the same thing, Ethel. Last time I asked, you said you weren't coming. I only came because I suddenly got a DM from Nathan. He said he really wanted me to be here.
I'm here because of Nathan's message, too. He was pretty insistent, so I thought he'd be here. But I've been looking around for
Who
a
is
while
this
now. Still
Nathan?
haven't seen him.
So it's the same for all of us. I responded to his message, but he never wrote back. Isn't that strange?
Sorry, but who's this Nathan you're talking about?
Nathan is Lethe's younger brother. Frankly, out of all of us, he's probably the one who wants to see you the most. He used to be part of the defense force himself, and...
The day the old capital fell, his squad was responsible for supporting the forces that had already entered the Hollow, which included all of you. He's told us that story so many times. When they saw how bad things were in that Hollow, some of the reinforcements called off their plans and pulled back. He tried to stop them, but there was nothing he could do.
He always blamed himself and wanted to find you to apologize. But the truth is, the reinforcements retreating was inevitable. Shortly after their retreat, headquarters issued the official order. We all lost someone in that disaster. And for a while, we resented the reinforcements for their decision. But over time, we came to understand it, and we eventually let it go. There was no avoiding casualties in that battle. In hindsight, it wasn't wrong for headquarters to prioritize saving their strength.
May I ask what the name of Nathan's squad was when he was in the defense force?
The Impera squad of the Obsidian Division. Is something wrong?
Nothing. It's just...
I think that was the same squad that other person was in before, right? The one that got kidnapped? After 4 family members paid their respects and left, they continued touring on Remembrance Day. Kieran stood there in a daze, seemingly having understood something. At that moment, a sound came from the open space in front of the outpost. It seems someone had stepped onto the podium, and the citizens all gathered in the podium, preparing to listen to the person's speech. Yeah, it's Zoe, right? Wasn't she from Impera Squad? According to the schedule for Remembrance Day, it should be time for a representative of retired Defense Force veterans to give a speech. It looks like the speech is about to begin. I feel a bit concerned, Proxy. Could we go over and listen to the speech for a moment? Dude, yeah, I'm scared for, like, what the fuck is about to happen. Because the whole point of us being here is because Grim Vulture, or no, or was it the client that wanted us to be here?
Is that Zoe on the podium?
She here to speak on behalf of the soldiers?
Is she here to speak for the soldiers? That seems fitting. She's cut medals after all. But I don't see Jesse or Aaron anywhere.
Yeah.
Didn't they come?
Everyone please, quiet down. Zoe of Nemesis Squad, a representative of the
Nemesis Squad,
will now deliver the Remembrance Day speech.
Hello, everyone. I'm honored to stand here and speak on behalf of all of the soldiers of the Defense Force.
I thought she was a part of a different squad.
Today,
Oh, whatever.
we gather to commemorate Remembrance Day, a day born from the tragedy of the old capital's fall. Many of us lost relatives or friends in the disaster, and I am no exception. Every member of my squad perished in that battle, leaving me as the only survivor. Losing the friends you cherish to the Hollow is a pain that never fades. It's a sorrow that will stay with
Wait,
us
is Zoe Grim Vulture? I swear to God.
and forever. However, to the families of the fallen soldiers, hold your heads high with pride for your loved ones who gave their lives. They fought to the very last moment when the old capital fell. Death isn't the end, nor dishonor. It is their eternal medal. They gave their lives facing an unstoppable disaster, exchanging their sacrifice for the world we have today. In doing so, they fulfilled their duties as soldiers to perfection. Without the blood they spilled, Eridu would not have endured, and new Eridu would never have risen from the ashes. In honor of the wishes of the departed, look ahead, people of New Eridu. Our thoughts and remembrance of those who passed will be carried in every flicker of candlelight and in every bouquet of flowers.
Zoe's speech is met with a wave of prolonged applause, yet amidst the clap, she droops her head, her expression darkening. She stays silent, waiting for the applause to fade before lifting her gaze and scanning the crowd. Her eyes pause briefly on Charon, carrying a chilling aura. It is Grim Vulture.
Was meant to end here, but since you all seem quite engaged, please allow me to share a little more. The reason you all agree with what I've said is because it offers a way to step away from the pain. That's what the living do. They seek ways to ease the weight of others' deaths, so they can find a way to start over. This is the new Eridu of today. A huge disaster consumed the old capital, and the people who survived it keep saying things like, treasure the moment and start fresh to numb themselves, hoping to forget a nightmare. No one talks about the soldiers who gave their lives in Hollow Zero. No one asks why they had to die. The brave gave their lives battling the ethereal onslaught, while the weak survived. This is New Eridu, built by weaklings. Its order founded upon their way of thinking. Your applause makes me realize you all accept this logic. Each of you had loved ones who sacrificed their lives in the fall of the old capital. And now, you're thankful that someone has encouraged you to move on from them. What meaning does the sacrifice of those who died have if you all choose to forget? Have you never thought about why your own loved ones had to die? And why no one is responsible for their deaths?
Miss Zoe, there's not much time left for your,
Open your eyes! I'm speaking to those who have lost loved ones! If death is the medal for the fallen, then pain is the cross the living must bear. If you fear its weight and run from the suffering, the soldiers will never find peace in their eternal rest. To tear the wound open once again, so you'll never forget the searing pain! That's the real meaning of Remembrance Day!
I don't agree.
Charon!
Oh, shit.
I didn't expect you to be here for Remembrance Day. How are things going with your search? Seems like you have something to say.
Among the people standing here, there's a woman who raised her daughter with the survivor benefits left by her husband. Another who's been able to carry on with her life thanks to the final efforts of her child. And yet another who's found purpose because of the influence of his late sister.
Sorry, I'm screenshotting this. It's too cool. Dang, so... honestly, the only reason why I figured that Zoe is Grim Vulture is because the voice actor. Even with the voice modulation on Grim Vulture's voice, you could definitely tell that it's the same voice actor. Excuse me.
The will of the deceased lives on in every person here. The soldiers who died during the fall of the old capital fought for this. The future that their loved ones are making for themselves now. The old me might have agreed with what you said, but someone taught me that pain and hardship can lead to hope. They helped me see that hope could be inherited, not just destroyed when life fades. That's why I believe the departed didn't leave us wounded or with a heavy cross to bear, but with a melody. Each of us holds a harmonica that plays the melody of life. At first, it may sound awkward, but it will eventually flow smoothly, taking on our own style, until it merges with our soul.
You seem quite certain about what you're saying. Tell me then, what kind of melody is left behind by those we've lost?
I'm not sure. I can't picture the exact melody, but I trust the answer I've chosen. And I trust everything I've seen and heard.
A vague and insubstantial answer, isn't it? I was right about you, Charon. From the moment we met, I knew we'd never really understand each other.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
Everyone, I apologize for taking up your time. My speech ends here. Please feel free to continue with your visit.
Zoe exits the venue without sparing a single glance back, leaving the audience and the defense force in a state of confusion. Kieran looks thoughtfully in the direction she disappeared.
What do you think, Proxy?
Something was definitely off about her just now. And the things she said, I'm starting to get a really bad feeling about this.
You mean about her real identity, right? Looks like we're on the same page. Shielded by her identity as a decorated soldier, she seemed pretty confident that we wouldn't confront her directly on military ground like at the outpost. She arrived so brazenly and left without a care. If I'm right about this, she'll be trying to contact us again in no time.
Just as she finishes her sentence, the phone rings again. Shepard appears on the screen as he answers the video call. He seems panicked and anxious to speak, but the moment he sees that you're in the Scott outpost, he swallows back the words and clears his throat instead.
Looks like you're a little busy, so I'll keep it short. The client just sent me a location via Knock Knock, along with a picture of several unconscious, tied-up individuals. I'll send you the location shortly. It should be an entrance to the Hollow in Port Elpis. At this stage, I don't have any further requests. My only hope is that you'll proceed with caution.
A location with a picture of the hostages. Looks like Grim Vulture is losing patience and wants to put an end to all this.
Kieran, what's your plan? With everything that's happened, no matter what you choose, I'll stay by your side till the very end.
Karen doesn't answer right away. Instead, she takes out her harmonica and looks down at it, as if she's trying to decide. In the end, she tucks her harmonica away.
My mind.
Monica.
Proxy, please accept my official commission. Help me venture into the depths of the Hollow to rescue the client and any other hostages. It's time to put an end to this. It's up to me to stop Grim Vulture. Stop her from crushing everything in front of her with that heavy cross.
You leave the Remembrance Day event with Kieran and return to the video store. She cleans her firearm multiple times and keeps adjusting her breathing. The showdown is about to begin. Roxy, thank you for coming to me this far in this upcoming battle. Upcoming battle. Grim Vulture has likely already set up a stage filled with traps. We may need to brace ourselves for a tough fight. You have strategy in mind? To be honest, there isn't really a viable strategy. The opponent is a sniper. It can keenly anticipate the timing and trajectory of each of my shots, dodging in advance. Entering the battlefield pre-prepared by such a formidable enemy alone, it's foreseeable that she will continuously occupy elevated sniper positions, relentlessly targeting us, while we will have very few opportunities to land a hit on her. Theoretically speaking, that's right. In a sniper duel, the one that fails to secure the best vantage point one spot is always a loser, but I believe there's still a chance, excuse me. In our previous fight, I could sense the pride and impatience of Grim Vulture as a sniper. I'm not sure where that impatience comes from, but that pride is definitely something we could turn against her. I believe she would never accept the idea of me surpassing her in sniping skills. If I can outmatch her at a critical moment, she will lose her composure. That will be the only instant she exposes her weakness. Proxy, this is the strategy I've chosen. Grim Vulture may indeed be the superior sniper, but I'll surpass her and make this strategy succeed. To win this battle, despite the overwhelming disadvantage, please entrust your back to me, Proxy. I need you as my companion to support me. Please also provide me with your guidance. This is probably the last story mission, right?
Standing by. You want a tip? Is the concert starting? Kieran, look! Another communicator.
Another communicator. It's a bad habit for a sniper to be so talkative.
Oh, really? I think it's rather good for my mental health to witness in real time how my target becomes desperate and gives up their struggle.
Do you really still need to disguise your voice? I thought you didn't want to hide anymore, Zoe.
You're right. seems there's no need for secrecy anymore. I, Zoe, the sniper known as Grim Vulture of Nemesis Squad, send you my regards.
Zoe. No. Grim Vulture. You, like me, were one of the advanced troops deployed to suppress Hollow Zero right after the fall of the old capital, right? Noct, Cartes, and Impera Squad. So far, all the victims have been members of these squads. They were initially supposed to enter the Hollow to reinforce the advanced troops. Nemesis, your squad, lacking reinforcements, lost everyone except you in the fall of the old capital. You blamed their deaths on the absence of reinforcements and sought revenge on them. That's my conclusion. Just like me. The fall of the old capital left you entirely alone.
A sniper, the sole survivor, a mere pawn abandoned by the military. Don't you think we're very much alike? The Impera squad member, Nathan, the one you're searching for, he pleaded with me to let him go when I was about to kill him, saying he had to see you no matter what. That's how you caught my attention. I let him live to get all sorts of information on you. I was so curious about you that I even set a trap, disguising myself as a victim to get closer to you. It turned out we share the same story. We even got the same PTSD symptoms. After all these years, we still see images of our teammates before they die. It's impossible to erase them from our minds. It's just, you use ridiculous fantasies to numb yourself, chasing after illusions of your squad mates. While I can't afford to be as naive as you. One night, when I was overwhelmed with the unbearable images of my comrades' deaths, vomiting and crying, I finally realized the meaning behind their appearance before me. They were pleading with me, pleading for vengeance against those who abandoned us.
So she just went cuckoo. Okay.
The repulsive, hypocritical new order of New Eridu. So, I carried on their will. I began kidnapping targets and sniping them in the Hollow, watching as they became corrupted and died in despair.
You really think this is what they'd want?
What else? Would they want me to be like you, playing at a game of finding my missing squad mates, accepting their deaths when I'm done playing, and then forgiving the very enemy who killed them? What a noble and virtuous gesture. Forgive on behalf of fallen comrades, coexist with New Eridu's order, and live peacefully among cowards. It's precisely because you and I are so similar that this hypocritical and cruel attitude makes it even harder for me to forgive you. After our first conversation, I was certain I must end your life myself to prove I'm right.
That's exactly what I wanted to say to you, too. Because we've suffered the same hardships, I can't accept the path of destruction you've chosen. Jesse, Aaron, Nathan, the client I've been searching for, and any other targets of revenge you've set your sights on. They all feel regret and struggle over the choices they made back then. But you can't see any of that. You didn't target the higher-ups who misjudged the situation, the dangerous ethereals who killed your comrades, or the ones responsible for the fall of the old capital.
Damn. Clock her ass.
The easiest targets.
Yeah.
As a sniper of the Eridu Defense Force, you have failed in your duty. To preserve the will and hope left by my comrades, I'm going to put an end to your actions right here.
That suits me just fine. A sniper should let the gun do the talking. Make it to the deepest part of the Hollow alive, and I'll meet you with nothing but raw malice.
Yeah.
Since you made it here, let me reward you with a few things you don't know. Noct, Cartes, Impera, and many other squads. Did you know the reinforcements that were
wind speed and
Relying on a show of hands to vote. Isn't that ridiculous? Our lives were guarded in such an absurd way. Like a kindergarten election for class monitor. So, when I killed them, I employed the same method. I made the dozen or so people I captured vote on who I should kill first.
Yeah, so she literally just lost her fucking marbles and just started going fucking crazy. Why aren't you laughing? Laugh, what the fuck?
Suppressing fire. Solid strategy. Mind the blind spot. Stage is mine.
If she's sniping at us from all the way up there.
I'll take point. Jesse and Aaron, do you have them too? Or are they already?
You still care about them? Or should I say... It looks like I haven't made enough of a threat to your life if you still have the time to worry about them. Why not leave their fate as an unsolved mystery? Normally that's more suspenseful, right? In any case, when you stumble into the underworld with your insides spilling out, you'll see the two of them. Wouldn't it be more exciting to wait until then to reveal the answer? Those two morons are so stupid. Oh, it's hilarious. I pretended to fit in a little, and they treated me as one of their own. They had their guard up, but they never thought to find out for me. It's no surprise they retreated back then. Bunch of good-for-nothing idiots.
She's out here playing Among Us.
Ether vision activate.
Copy. Watch! Don't blink now!
Fire support ready. Supporting position.
Ow.
Right over. Now you pay.
Take the shot. Recalibrating.
Right on cue.
The wind and rain are picking up.
This extreme weather is perfect for sending you to your grave, don't you think? No one will hear your screams and cries as you die. By the time the rain stops, They all perish.
Oy.
Like this. Now that I think about it, I guess I'm actually doing something good.
No, 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 you're not.
If I let you and your teammates die here, maybe you'll be reunited. Aww. You should be grateful. I'll make sure you die just as painfully as your teammates did.
Damn. I will say they're doing a really good job at making you hate this fucking character. This lady's fucking crazy.
I'm the one in charge of this conversation. I haven't given you permission to ask questions.
I can sense your suffering. It's...
Shut it.
Yeah, I mean, like, she's hurting herself, but she's taking the pain and using it for nefarious purposes. Or, like, she's taking that anger, pain, suffering, and using it towards something that... for evil, basically. Ow.
I've prepared a little gift for you.
My bullets are...
I hate it. You're an imperial lamb. Interrupting a high-ranking officer.
My voice! Let our souls resonate!
It wasn't easy luring him here. You can play like this for a while.
Resolve!
I'll watch you from above.
The real failure as a sniper is the one who's been forced into a corner, like you!
The wind. It's shifting.
I won't fall for your distractions so easily.
I will surpass you with my own melody of victory. And let the wind be the opening notes.
Charon? No! Wake up! Charon! What's this?
Oh, the harmonica, wow. After the gunshot, the hollow falls silent once more, leaving only the countless biting raindrops, attempting over and over to wash away the scent of blood that oozed from the... Oh.
Just you? Where's your friend, the proxy?
I wasn't done reading that. Actually, can I read that again? Oh, okay, I can. Scent of blood that oozed from the wounds of the defeated, only to fail time and time again. The loser pays no attention to her mortal wound, only staring at the distant horizon, as though salvation might be waiting there. Sometime later, the victor has climbed the steel and stands in front of her. They share their last words while the defeated still has some energy to converse. Damn, actual blood. There was no blood in the cutscene, but actual blood in this image. Crazy.
The proxy went to rescue the hostages. I want to speak with you alone. A sniper should always monitor the changes to their surroundings. factoring the environment into their tactics. Being blinded by the intent to kill and failing to take this into account was your downfall.
Didn't expect to be lectured by a youngster. What a disgrace. When my view was blocked, I realized you'd used the visual blind spot to reposition. So I adjusted my aim accordingly. But I still couldn't hit you.
You technically did,
Accuracy
but
was spot on. I was just saved once again by this. By both this harmonica and by my former comrades.
Are you trying to say that this is destiny? That it's the will of my companions guarding me? I lost to the wave of ethereals, to the military's betrayal. And now I lose to your reckless actions, driven by some ridiculous fantasy. Your fantasy, your attitude, your very existence, and the outcome of this battle. They are the greatest denial and insult to my revenge.
Yet you're emitting a much calmer ether energy now. Almost as if you found relief.
My vision is fading. I can't see my comrades on the brink of death anymore. My wounds are fatal. I don't feel any pain. Relief. It's not such a bad thing.
Did you intend for me to kill you from the start?
Let me answer that question with a story. The first time I saw you was actually during the fall of the old capital. My comrades were all dead, and the reinforcements the higher-ups promised before the mission never came. I can't even remember how long the fight went on. Ultimately, I had no choice but to retreat, failing to bring back my squad mates' bodies. I made my way through one battle line after another. The advanced troops were nearly wiped out. But when I reached a certain front, a small squad of survivors called out to me. Few people can still stand after such severe corruption and injury, but all 5 of them were still fighting. They were protecting a girl who had lost her sight and fallen unconscious while searching for a way out of the hollow. They told me they were beyond saving, and if I planned to retreat, I must take the girl with me. I couldn't turn down the last request of a group of heroic soldiers about to die in battle. Your comrades entrusted your life.
oh wow, what a twist.
I was the one who brought you out of the hollow. You already know what happened afterward. It didn't take long for you to leave the defense force after you came to. Just like me. I developed PTSD so intense that sometimes I couldn't even hold a normal conversation. But for me, the hardest blow was the death of my squad. To an orphan like me, they were family. If the reinforcements had kept their word and provided support, they wouldn't have died for nothing. Don't you ever have that thought?
To say I don't would be a lie, but I think deep down you know. From the moment we stepped into the hollow, there was no way we were getting saved. Given how quickly the hollow was spreading, and the ever-increasing number of ethereals, it would take the sacrifice of countless Defense Force troops to suppress it. It wasn't something that could have been accomplished in such a short time. The reinforcements would have only been a drop in the bucket. More sacrifices without results. Canceling the reinforcements, sending the advanced troops to rescue as many civilians as possible to minimize casualties. I think most commanders would have made the same decision.
Objective and cold logic. I understand it, of course. But when you see members of the reinforcements living happy lives years later, can you still keep your composure? I couldn't. Even if the chance was minuscule, I wanted my squad mates to survive. they turn that chance to zero and still have the nerve to embrace a peaceful future. I can't help but resent them. By the time I realized what I'd done, I had already taken several lives. Nathan. When I tied him up and was about to kill him, he begged me to spare him, saying he had something to give you, no matter what. That was when you re-entered my line of sight. I think I've said this before. We're very similar, yet we have completely opposite beliefs. After meeting you, I became even more certain. In the face of suffering, I chose destruction, while you were destined to choose to protect. But you're still entangled in your obsession with your squad mates. If this continues, you'll eventually sink into a void of despair. Your hope is like a bubble, ready to burst at any moment. The version of you I want to kill is the complete one, who can firmly reject my answer. If you haven't found your answer yet, then I'll be the one to push you forward. I kill you, or you end me. Either way works. But after seeing your growth, maybe I'd prefer you to step over my body. That's the final answer.
Why?
Emptiness and doubt. No matter how many targets of my revenge I took down, nothing changed. Aiming my gun at former comrades, drowning in hate and rage, all it left was a hollow emptiness. But you're different. You've gained unconditional trust from the proxy. You have the courage to fight through my trap. And eventually, you'll have a melody that's uniquely yours. My belief has faltered. I finally remember. My squad mates were fools, just like you. You're right. They would never want me to become this way. I talk about carrying their cross. But in truth, I never carried their will. So be it. Take the hostage and go. A villain stained with the blood of others deserves nothing but a miserable end. I'm looking forward to how long you'll be able to protect those in front of your eyes.
Karen doesn't leave. Instead, she kneels aside Grim Vulture, picks up the bullet-marked harmonica, and begins playing a melody entitled Homecoming. How is that harmonica still working? The melody briefly takes over the roaring downpour, reaching the ears of Grim Vulture as she lies bleeding out. Barely clinging to life, a faint glimmer appears in her empty eyes in her final moment.
It can still be played after taking a bullet.
That's what I'm saying.
Impressive.
This is my final melody to you. No matter how miserable you've become, I'll still remember you. Remember we once shared the same path in life. But in the end, our paths diverged. Your hatred has long twisted into sin. But if not for you, I wouldn't have learned how to hate, or found the true targets of my hatred. I used to know nothing. My teammates served as my teachers and taught me so much. And I think you must be my final teacher. You taught me, in the most intense way, what hatred truly means.
Really? So you found someone you want revenge against, too. That's good.
The melody of Homecoming plays on as the girl endures the agony of her ocular rejection, struggling to make the harmonica's notes rise above the sound of the rain. As the last note fades amidst the relentless downpour, the defeated one takes her final breath. Damn, that's crazy. You rescue the kidnapped people, leave the hollow anonymously. Anonymously report things to the PubSec and update the Shepherd on the situation. The series of tasks that need to be done after such an intense battle leaves you dizzy. After requesting to meet the client with Shepherd, you receive his message calling you to Port Elpis. Roxy, we've arrived at the port. According to Shepherd, he, the client, and the rescued Jesse and Aaron should all be here. Let's go talk to them. Even though we defeated Grim Vulture, I still can't seem to let it go. Just as I thought, when the wind changed and the falling banner blocked her vision, she could have retreated, waiting for her sight to clear, and then resume sniping. If she had done that, I would have no chance of winning. But her pride wouldn't allow her to take an action that implicitly admitted her tactics were inferior. She still chose to to engage in a shootout with me despite the blind spot. Doesn't this just prove your strategy was successful? But after realizing that she was actually wanted to die, I started to wonder, was my course of action something she deliberately led me into? I would find a way to break her trap and create an opportunity for a reversal. And she was waiting for that moment, ready to test whether I had truly surpassed her or pass her through a direct confrontation. I believe that was her intention. I don't care about the perpetrator's intentions. Damn. You told me that Grim Vulture once appeared here at the port, standing by the trash can on the wooden pier, gazing out at the sea. What was she thinking back then, I wonder? Just talking to myself. Let's go meet the clan together. He's still alive and hasn't become another of Grim Vulture's victims. I suppose that's the best news we could have. Although I already stand that the clan's true identity is not my teammate, it may not bring the hope I've longed for. I still want to face him.
So you're the sniper from Liar Squad. It's nice to finally meet you.
And you must be the one who's been searching for me. Nathan, the younger brother of Lethe. It's good to see you safe and sound.
That's right. I'm sorry for causing all this trouble. I nearly cost you your life, becoming a target of a victim from the fall of the old capital. Maybe that's what I get not helping my brother and the rest of the defense force back then. When the reinforcements decided to retreat, I spoke out against it. I had family among the soldiers already in the Hollow, but I didn't have the courage to take that step. The one that might have cost me my life. I'm sorry.
You don't need to feel regret or apologize. The outcome wasn't something you could have controlled. You cared deeply for Lethe, and even today you still think of him. To someone like him, who always cherished family, that's more than enough.
Thank you. I heard you've been searching for the members of Liar Squad all these years. I'm nothing compared to your determination. Thank you for everything you've done, but please stop the search. It's time for you to start living a life that's truly your own. I hate to say this as a family member, but back then, they were already...
I know. You don't need to say it. I've been drowning in a fantasy of my own making for years, but it's a fantasy that kept me from falling into the abyss. Nathan, Grim Vulture told me you have something you want to give me. Is that why you commissioned someone to find me?
Yes. After learning about the bond between you and your squad, I knew I couldn't live with myself if I didn't get this to you. So I got on my knees and begged Grim Vulture, even playing this recording for her, hoping it would move her. Regardless of how things unfolded, what matters is that it wasn't destroyed, and I'm here, alive, to hand it to you.
Nathan rummages through his pocket and takes out a slightly worn tape. Liar Squad's tape? A tape from Liar Squad discovered by Nathan, Lethe's younger brother. This long-sealed recording sparked a series of events that would follow. Years have passed, and while the tape's surface shows some wear, the audio within remains pristine, as crystal clear as if it was recorded just yesterday.
I found this while going through my brother's belongings. It's been tucked away for years. There's a recording on it, and I think it's a gift Liar Squad made for you, but never had the chance to give you.
Thank you so much. Do you mind if I listen to it now with the proxies?
Wait, with us? I thought we were just here to collect the commission fee today.
Go ahead. As for the commission fee, I'll pay it to you both shortly, so don't worry about that.
Nathan takes a step back. Karen looks at you, her lips seeming to tremble slightly. You gently hold her hand, feeling the warmth and strength in her palm, pressing as she presses the play button.
Hey, hello? Alright, it's a recording. This is a message from Liar Squad for our little sniper.
guys are totally out of sync. Captain, can we redo this? The anniversary gift has to be perfect.
That's our assault specialist, Acheron. She has a strong sense of aesthetics, prioritizing beauty in both combat and her daily life. She taught me a lot about makeup and fashion.
Oh, she won't care if we're a little off. Forget the re-record. Let's just get it done and order the cake. We don't want him to sell out.
That's our medic, Kakaitis. He's usually lazy and a bit of a smooth talker, but he's actually very capable and kind. He taught me a lot about unconventional negotiation tactics and ways of handling things.
You two, stop arguing during the recording. I've already ordered the cake. If you keep rambling, we really will have to re-record this. Cut the chatter already.
And that Styx, a reliable artillery specialist. He's the oldest in the squad. He loves sharing photos of his daughter and reminiscing about how he wooed his wife. The way he won her over inspired me a lot.
All right, let's all calm down. Wouldn't want to get on the captain's bad side. Captain, would you like to go first? We can edit or re-record whatever we need to.
That's our scout and engineer, Lethe. He's a bit self-conscious because of how his younger brother excels, and he's somewhat introverted. But he's actually very capable. He taught me sharp observation skills, calm execution under pressure, and how to make use of the environment.
Okay, thank you all for settling down before I completely lost my cool. It's fine. No need to cut anything or re-record. Let's just keep it as it is. Loud and messy, just like our liar squad.
That's our captain, who took me in and taught me how to play the harmonica. And the real Charon. I'll make sure to explain properly to you later, Proxy.
The real Charon?
As you've heard, this recording is a little gift from the five of us. How time flies. When I brought you into the squad about 2.5 years ago, you were just a shy kid who blushed whenever you talked to someone. Over these 1,000 days, you've really worked hard to keep pace with our fighting rhythm. You've done incredibly well. In the last mission, your successful sniper kill of that high-risk ethereal really helped Acheron a lot. I hate to say it, but yeah, I went too far in last time. Thanks for getting me out of that mess. Just this once, I'll admit, your moves were more elegant in that fight.
And not just that fight. Ever since you became a quicker shot and learned to adjust for wind speeds on the fly, we've been taking fewer and fewer hits. Makes my job way easier. So, cheers.
You often worry about not doing enough. But in these 2.5 years, you've absorbed everything I know about stealth, reconnaissance, and tactical countermeasures. Trust me, you'll become an incredibly skilled sniper.
Having you covering us from the rear makes every fight feel safer. But you still have a lot to learn about socializing and romance. When peace finally comes to Eridu, leave us and live your own life.
Where did that come from? She's not leaving us. Even if she retires, she'll move into my house and I'll spoil her with loads of beautiful clothes. We can talk about living alone in 10 or 20 years. Sorry, I got carried away. Anyway, you're talented and hardworking. Over these 1,000 days, you've opened your heart to us and even encouraged us in return. Having you as a comrade is a blessing for all 5 of us. But I have to say one thing. You're always so sensitive and kind. Every time you see us get hurt, you look like you're about to break. Has our squad motto, having each other's backs, become too much of a burden for you? I get how you feel. When your squad mates trust you with their backs, your first instinct is to protect them, right? But that's not the way it should be. No one can shoulder everything alone. Don't try to carry everything on your own. Choosing to fight on the battlefield is my resolve. Feel it. Share yours with me. And when it's your turn to watch my back, I'll give my all to honor it too.
As long as you fight with all your strength, there's no such thing as failing to protect something, because your will and our will is preserved and carried on in other ways.
But don't let that weigh on you. Try to trust in us, just like we trust in you, no matter what.
I've struggled with that kind of thinking myself, but I eventually made my way through it. All this talk of camaraderie, of keeping each other safe, it's like a harmonica melody scoring our time together. Even when things change, our tune will go on.
Exactly. Honestly, I'm sometimes terrified. Afraid that someday you'll blame yourself for failing to protect us and fall apart. That's why I wanted to record this message. Please, don't try to bear everything alone. Maybe you can start relying on us more, fully entrusting your vulnerable side to us. Our will has long been intertwined with yours. We're comrades. This is getting way too sentimental. It doesn't feel like me anymore. Anyway, we just want to see you trusting your comrades enough to share your burdens, even if it isn't us. Finally, we'd like to give you the song that's closest to us. If what we've said is hard to understand, just feel it through the music. Please, enjoy my masterpiece, Homecoming.
The old cassette plays a familiar tune and sound crisp and clear, as though it were recorded just yesterday. When the music fades, the tape goes silent. You turn to the woman who calls herself Charon as she gently wipes away her uncontrollable tears. The harbor wind ruffles her hair, and then at last she lifts her head.
Proxy, do you remember? I was once terrified of seeing the look on their faces.
Yes. Can you see them clearly now?
Yes. Crystal clear. As if I've returned to the exact moment of parting. So this is our last glance. This is the answer you wanted me to find. Thanks, guys. For everything.
After meeting with Nathan, you spent a long time with Charon at Port Elpis, letting the sea breeze wash over you. You don't say a word because you both know it'll soon be time to part ways. As the temperature begins to cool, you head back to 6th Street with her.
Proxies. No. Lies. Belle. I've troubled you two a lot these days with my personal affairs. Words can't describe what you've done for me.
It's no trouble at all. To be honest, Belle and I have been a bit lost lately because of some personal matters. But meeting you has felt somehow comforting. Don't you think, Belle?
Exactly. We got something out of the experiences we shared. At the very least, it's brought us clarity. I guess our wills have always been aligned, haven't they?
Yeah. When I was trapped in self-doubt, unable to get out, I'm glad you were there with me. You're right. We've already entrusted our backs to each other as comrades. And because of that, because we are comrades, please, hear me out. Maybe you've already noticed. I'm sorry, but I've been keeping something from you. Charon isn't actually my code name. As I mentioned before, Charon was my captain's code name. When I met both of you for the first time, I didn't want to tell you my code name, because I thought someone who couldn't protect their squad mates had no right to one. So I lied. Captain Charon was an orphan like me, with no family to mourn her. I've been using her code name, because I may be the last person in the world who still remembers her. But I understand now. If I want to keep moving forward, I can't keep hiding behind a lie. My true code name is...
You don't have to tell me right now.
At the harbor, Nathan spoke to you privately. Was he offering you a chance to return to the Defense Force?
Yes. He said he still has a friend in the Defense Force who's currently forming a new squad. And if my goals align with theirs, I could consider joining them.
So this is before she is Trigger, right? It's kind of... I understand why they didn't do it, but man, this would have made it... This would have made much more sense if they had given her like an alternative outfit where she's not like an Obel squad yet. Because it literally says Obel on like all of her, like on her... Literally, I mean, if I could use my mouse right now, you could literally see it. It says Obel on her character design as well as like her rifle. So,
what's your decision?
After everything that's happened, I think I do share the same goal as that friend of his and the new squad they're building. So I'll head back to the new Eridu Defense Force and keep chasing my new goal with a new team.
Your new goal? Are you going to look further into the fall of the old capital?
Yes. My encounter with Grim Vulture has made me realize this should be the true form of my vengeance. I'll uncover the real culprits behind the old capital's fall and make them pay for their crimes. If the ferryman who leads me to the truth demands a price, I'm willing to wager my life. I have a gut feeling the masterminds will reveal themselves again soon. To protect the city my comrades cherished and sacrificed their lives for, I won't allow such a tragedy to happen again. By letting the will to protect guide my hatred, I now have a clear aim toward the truth.
Exactly why we can't be completely honest with each other right now.
That's what I thought. If that's the case, then for now, we probably shouldn't learn your true codename, or lean on each other too much.
Are you saying we're on opposite sides?
No, we might walk different paths. Those paths will lead us to the same destination. It's just that, for now, we can't say any more than that.
To be honest, after facing an enemy as ruthless as Grim Vulture, we're reminded of our own powerlessness. Watching you fight back, almost losing your life to a bullet, that feeling, we're nowhere near strong enough to protect you. And we're not strong enough to open up about our pasts either. Sorry.
Without a second thought or hesitation, Charon takes a hold of each of your hands and brings them together at her chest.
If this is your slightly selfish principle, I'll respect it. You were once my proxies, and I'll keep this memory locked away as something I cherish. If, as you say, our destination is the same, then we should continue on our separate paths, striving to grow stronger. The next time we meet, I'll reveal my true codename.
Or was Trigger always her codename? I don't remember. Actually, I guess we could go back to the animated short.
I hope we can become true comrades. I want your presence to forever remain in the melody of my life.
Yes, it's a promise. We'll meet again, Charon.
You watch someone who calls herself Charon walk farther and farther away. A Defense Force soldier waits for her at the end of her path.
Hello. I'm the sniper from the former Liar Squad of the Chrysoberyl Division, recommended by Captain Nathan, originally of the new Eridu Defense Force's Obsidian Division, Impera Squad.
Yeah, I heard about you from my superior. You're the one who dealt with the serial murders targeting the Defense Force, right? Well, the new Eridu Defense Force is ready to welcome you back. Let me confirm a few details before taking you to base. Which squad are you applying to join? And did you have a code name during your previous service?
I'm applying to join the Obsidian Division's Obel Squad. As for my codename, Trigger. I was Trigger of Liar Squad.
Okay, so yeah, she was known as Trigger before. That's what I thought. Oh, that's why. I see. It makes sense now. Things have come to an end. Belle, do you think we'll ever see Charon again? For sure. Yeah, I hope so too. We must grow, get stronger, and gain greater power to face any crisis. When we reunite with her then, we must hear her real codename. However, after hearing about the connection between Charon and Grim Vulture, I can't help but feel a bit sad. Two people with the same fate ended up walking completely different paths, becoming enemies. Belle, if we also encounter enemies who once experienced the same fate, excuse me, but now walk completely different paths with opposing goals, forced to be enemies, what would you choose to do? It really sounds like something you'd say, Belle. If that time ever comes, let's seek mutual understanding with the other party together. Faith in should face everything together, right? I feel like that's foreshadowing right there. I feel like this might be one of those stories where the siblings end up like having differential like ideologies or some shit or something, and then like they become enemies or something. I don't know. After everything that's happened, I'm feeling a bit tired. You must feel the same. We'll get more blah 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 blah. Yeah, that story was really good actually. What the fuck? I thoroughly enjoyed that one. I think I liked it more than Anby's story. I mean, Anby's story was pretty good, but I feel like Trigger's had a lot of well, maybe it's because I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm I'm being more sentimental about it. What's I gonna do? Oh, what I was gonna say. That's why when we first meet Trigger in the main story, or not main story, but in Ambi's story, that's why. Actually, can we actually on the video archive? There it is. When do we meet Trigger in this story? I don't remember. Is it the very beginning? Actually, no. We're playing as Trigger this one. But then at some point we go to the... We go to the proxies. Is it this one?
You're awake, how do you...
Great, you're awake. Soldier, I can see you're doing much.
Her memories seem junk. Even me. Oh,
is that so?
Would the Defense Force abandon... Well, I know we... Proxy.
Yeah, having one...
Plus, our little black cat needs another playmate.
You know how short-handed we are, right, Charon? Oops. I mean, Trigger.
That right there. That was literally... This was so confusing at the time, because I was like, well, how does Wise know her real name?
Charon?
There you go, trying to be funny again. Guess that's your unique charm, manager. Jokes aside, I can't vouch for the Defense Force.
I see. Well, we know...
Yeah.
It seems you and Soldier 11 go way back, Ambi. Could...
That little bit right there of Wise saying Charon instead of Trigger. That one was where I was like, wait, what? Why does he know her name? Oh, you know what? Now that we've done Trigger's thing, I could finally invite... Okay, here's the thing. You can't invite Trigger like before doing her story, but the game actually recommends you doing the story first, so that's why I haven't done like, or like I haven't invited her to like progress her... What is it called?
Eradicate all evil.
Progress her like trust level.
This is the path I follow.
I'll probably do that off stream though. Yeah, her story is really good. I think it's very real, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like Trigger's story is like one of those agent stories that can actually like happen IRL. I think, yeah, out of all the other agent stories, like, I don't even... Is this Rena's? I think it is, right? This one's Kaleda's. That's Lycon's. Like, I don't even remember what happens in... Actually, no, I kind of do in Rena's. Rena's has to do with, like, the orphanage and shit. I don't even remember. Kaleda's was like... Actually, I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember what happens in Kaleda's. I think it's about her and Grace, like... like, fighting or whatever. How Grace is actually, like, her father's apprentice or whatever. I don't remember what Lycon's was at all. Actually, no, I do. This one was where he, like, acted like he betrayed. This one had, like, Mockingbird Or like this is like where you get introduced to Mockingbird. Yeah. Okay. I don't remember Nekomatas at all. I think this one's just mostly set up for her own character though, right? When you first meet her, I think. I don't know. Soldier 11's had 2 parts to it, right? Or some shit. I don't remember. Hers was okay. Oh no, wait. This one, oh no, this one's Grace's. That's right. This one's Rena's. I'm stupid. Ching-Yi's was cute. Bernice, this one I actually actively dislike, I think. Because, like, it has nothing to do with Bernice as, like, a character. I mean, it kind of does, but, like, barely. Like, you don't even get anything about, like, her character at all. She's kind of just there to be the girl that did the fucking dance and the song. And she's hanging out with Piper. And it's, like, about the lottery and shit. Ellen's was, I think Ellen's was okay. This one was just mostly about her friends and, like, how Ellen has a secret job. Lighters... I think Lighters was pretty good too, actually. This one actually did focus on him as a character and like what his past. Haramasa's was good, I think, because you know it dealt with him as like experimental child. I think Abby's was good too, but I think I like Trigger's more. I'm not gonna lie. Oh wow, yeah, okay, so I was right. Yeah. So I think with the whole initiative of like removing or not I guess not loading screens per se, but like making the experience of the game more seamless. They even did it here with Trigger's story. They took out the parts in Agent Stories where it makes you go back. Like they took out like the episodic format where it's like 1, 2, and 3. In fact, if I go to the TV schedule, yeah, they completely got rid of that. It doesn't even show like 1, 2, and 3. The reason why they did that was because like in case you want to leave the story and like stop playing or whatever, but I think they made it I guess they just made it easier in case like you wanted to leave. Like, it'll just save your progress? I don't know. But, yeah, they got rid of the chapter, like, format. So now you just play through it in, like, one go. If you want. And, yeah, that was the one thing I immediately noticed. I was like... I don't know why Kai's barking. But that was what I noticed. I was like, huh. We're kind of just playing through this thing in, like, one swoop. And, yeah, I don't mind that. I think that's a good change. And honestly, if they wanted to stick with this chapter like format where it's 1, 2, and 3, like they could have just made it so that you can say no to like returning back to like the overworld and then just continue story. Because like they force you to go like to not do the story or like leave the story and then you have to like come back and then like play the story again or like start up chapter 2 or whatever. But yeah. I like chat. That's gonna be it for me. That's all I really wanted to do today. Yeah, Trigger's story was awesome. That was so good. I can see why Ransmance was saying that it's like top 3 for them. But yeah. I don't know when's the next time we'll stream. Trying to think. I guess I probably do want to stream the PV or season 2, which what did they say that day was? Is that like the 10th or some shit? I forgot. It was either the 10th or the 13th. I think the 10th is the Xbox event. But the season 2 preview is I think the 13th. Where did they show that? Oh, I think it was somewhere around here. Yeah. April 13th. Okay. Season 2 teaser trailer, April 13th. Oh, on Sunday? Okay. Yeah, I could probably stream that and then play some ZZZ after. They haven't said when the 1.7 program is though. I mean, that's probably soon. How many days do we have left on this banner? We have 13 days. Okay, yeah, they're definitely 1.7 zombies, or like the 1.7 program is gonna happen soon. Probably within this week, if not next week. Actually, 13 days. That's 7. It's probably next week. The 1.7 program is probably on the 17th or some shit, or the 16th. I don't know. Dun, dun. Let me see. I don't think they've mentioned anything about it. Right? No. Also, it's Seth's birthday, apparently. Is it actually his birthday?
Eradicate all evil.
It is. Yeah, April 8th. Happy birthday, Seth. Has anything changed with triggers? Like, oh, I guess I haven't leveled up her trust level, so maybe not. Yeah, increase trust to too close to unlock more. Alright, chat. That's it for me. I'm trying to I swear there was probably something else that I'm missing that, like, I'm supposed to, like, stream, or at least think about streaming, but I don't remember. There's, like, other stuff happening in April. Oh, well, I guess this Monster Hunter stuff towards the middle of the month and then at the end, but we knew that. I'm talking about stuff outside of Monster Hunter. But I don't fucking remember. Anyway, that's it for me. Thank you to anybody that lurked, chatted, whatever. Yeah, I guess the next time I'll stream is probably the Season 2 preview. I mean, I know I can just watch that off stream, but I kind of want to watch it on stream and then play Zenless after or some shit. But yeah. Let's see. Okay, we'll just leave it here. Yeah. I think I already said my thanks and stuff, but I'll say it again. Thank you to anybody that lurked, chatted, whatever. Thank you, Rantsmans, for the follow earlier and also hanging out. And anyone else that might be lurking in the shadows. But yeah, that's it for me. I will be back on the 13th, I guess, or whenever I mean, that preview is probably... That preview might be coming out Saturday night for me. If they release it at the same time as, like, the drip marketing stuff, which is usually, like, 9 p.m., or 8 p.m. PST. So it might come out on Saturday night. But I guess that doesn't make a difference because I'll still end up streaming on Sunday anyway. Anyway, that's it for me.